great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's good, everybody? Happy Friday. What up, what up, what up? Come on in the room, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. It is Friday, pre-Christmas Friday, I guess I should say, for those who celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays. As you get ready to go into your weekend, and hopefully you're done. If you do gift people and kids and all that good stuff, hopefully you got all your gifting out of the way. Getting ready to cook, do a whole lot of good old stuff, man. Had a really fun show on Wednesday. It was National Signing Day, early signing day for us. And yeah, man. So now the real work starts. I mean, school is out. We get ready to round out the remaining tidbits of the class as we get ready to get our guys in for spring training. And then, basketball is in full effect. So one more game from each of the men and women basketball team. I think the men are over in Evansville, Northwestern. I want to say on the 29th, if I ain't mistaken. But 27th, you have the women will be playing in Austin, Texas against the UT Longhorn, Lady Longhorns, I guess you can say. But anyway, I mean, tonight, man, we had a long, extensive show on Wednesday, man, just highlighting the recruiting class. And now it's just time to really just, man, it's Friday, man. Let it hang Friday, I guess you can say. I don't really have any preliminaries. We'll wait till the game comes up. Whoever decides to make it on the show tonight, you know how it goes on Friday. The link's open. Probably won't be a long show tonight, just a little something to come. Do what we normally do, talk about our Tigers, and then we'll go from there, man. I do want to say this, though. We had a great conversation on Wednesday, myself, Tarante, and brother Justin. We was talking about the young man who is the offensive lineman for Louisville. We was talking about the 5-star high school kid, potentially just kind of throwing out some stuff, throwing it around, man. And just like clockwork, you always get somebody that watches the show and they be listening, and they always hear something that that wasn't said. So if you go into the comment section of the video, somebody made some, a comment. I'm gonna say this respectfully. Somebody made a comment, I guess, was referencing someone saying that Jackson State was not I guess they heard somebody say Jack State wasn't worthy of a 5-star. Hey, what's up, TD? And I don't have anything bad to say. I addressed it And I was like, listen, man, if you're gonna, this is what I challenge everybody to do. This is in light of the Simone Biles stuff, right? I'm highly annoyed by that, by the way. What, and you might know what I'm talking about, TD. Are you familiar with what's going on about everybody acting like Simone Biles' husband broke a law because he said that he didn't know who she was before he met her?
Oh, I heard of that. I mean, but I mean, I heard anything about it since he first started dating her.
But I didn't. I know, man. It's just like that. This is what I was saying. I was, talking to someone today, and I was like, listen, you know what's wrong with the world right now, bro? This is what's wrong with the world.
Social media.
This is my assessment with the world. Not just social media, but social media is a medium and a vehicle that highlights what's wrong with the world. I always say it like this, bro. Where most people are self-centered, but I'm gonna take it a little deeper than that.
Are you gonna go on with the Simone Biles thing? I'm interested.
Oh, we're gonna get into that, dog. We gotta get into it.
Okay.
We gotta get no. This is all I'm saying. And that's actually pretty simple. The Simone Biles thing is pretty simple. He was on they were on the show with on Pivot Podcast. Like her husband, hell, I don't even know his name. What's his name? Justin. Oh, I forgot his name already, man. I don't really follow him. Of course, I know who she is. But this is the thing, TD, because I know that Simone Biles is a famous gymnast.
Right.
There's 8 billion people in the world. It's people just have a hard time believing that a professional athlete that wasn't even drafted could potentially not know that the black superstar gymnast, like, how could you not know who that is? And I was just more so like, whenever somebody's saying something, it's one thing to say it, TD, when you're not in the room with your significant other. But if your significant other sitting like right there, and all she doing is she all giddy and googly-eyed and she co-signed the story, my question is, what's wrong? What's wrong with what he said? If she ain't come back and say, all right, that's cap. Like I told him, he knew who I was and da-da-da-da, then okay, it's open for debate. But she never said anything. And then what has happened is after that came out, bro, people have gone on just a tangent of soliloquies, of negative projections, and people talking about, because he said he was the catch and she drove 45 minutes to come see him. And man, it's like just a bunch of miserable people, man, just cannot fathom that this dude is he's trying to humble her, and how dare he. All of that shit is a projection, man. It's so annoying, bro. Why so annoying, bro. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. We're gonna get into it, dog, because I got a lot. I got a lot to extract from that, bro.
First, let me start with saying, and I said it before. Okay, I ain't gonna even trip on social media. But when you put all your business on social media, you have
the interview.
The interview, social media, networking.
It was a fun interview too, TD. Right. They were smiling and laughing and having a good time. Qualification, TD. He plays for the Green Bay Packers. She's a famous gymnast. Man, this is a great interview, bro. I mean, the guys want to know, dog, how you bag Simone Biles, bro. And he was like, bro, I didn't even know who she was at first. We met online and I swiped, and folks like, dog, that's cat. Even Ryan Clark was like, dog, for real, you didn't know who she was. But this is my thing, and I'm going to let you finish. All I said was this. Could it be possible that he didn't know?
Yes.
Very much so. Because I know people personally. Miss Rochelle, how you doing, sweetheart? That don't know who famous athletes are because they really don't follow sports.
Right.
And what I don't do is I don't take what I think and how I feel about sports, and I don't apply that to, that's not a blanket thing. I'm not going to apply that to everybody and just assume just because I know that you know what I'm saying? Just because I know that everybody should know. And what people are basing their feelings off of, which are emotions, is tied to them. It's not about Simone Biles. It's not about her husband. It's not about none of that. Only thing I'm trying to establish is people, their start and finish with themselves. the basis of everybody's complaint is themselves. You're basing what you feel he should know off of you. And that, TD, is what I have a problem with. You have made the whole conversation about you. It ain't about what was said. It ain't about none of that. It's about the fact that social media has given a lot of people platforms to just go and spew whatever. And I'm going to shut up. Y'all go ahead and rock. I'll come back.
What up, evening, everybody?
What's going on?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, TD. Let TD finish, and then I'll let you jump in, Mr. Sarah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Nah, man, it's good. I just gonna say that it's possible. I mean, it's a lot of famous people. You know, you take a famous country artist, you know what I'm saying, who sold millions of records, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, on a, you know, Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, may know who that person is and think you should know. It's just like rappers. Some people might not even know, may have known who MC Hammer was. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. The thing about it, I mean, that's because you in that circle doesn't make you know, but just because I've turned over to the read some highlights of somebody winning six country music awards, and I'm like, man, who is that person?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but
you don't know who such and such is?
Right.
He's a 6-time Grammy winner. What you mean you don't know? Bro, I
mean, I even bring it to current. You take the young lady. I don't even remember her name. The young lady played for Iowa, who hit all the 3-pointers. And some people don't know who she is. She been all over the internet. And if she walked up to me in the grocery store, I probably still wouldn't know who she was, you know, in person. So, you know, it's possibility that he didn't know who she was. But at the end of the day, he got her now. So it don't matter.
He reeled in. They married. They happy. And you sitting over there. I saw somebody literally say, Miss Rochelle, that I got a good divorce lawyer. I was just like, I said, I'm done with the internet. I'm done. I'm done with the comment section. I'm done with it. I don't even want to talk. I'm telling you, I'm not even BSing.
Yeah, bring up just a comment, man.
I think what's funny is why did ask people okay. I think what's funny was if people had have known, they've talked about this 2 years ago, and actually on her channel on YouTube, they actually did a competition, and Simone beat him, like whooped his. It was hilarious, but he didn't know how strong she was, so they was doing the rope. Man, he kicked. It was hilarious, but to me, I was like, but they talked about this 2 years ago, but I guess a lot of people just hadn't followed them. But one thing I can say, Ken, and I've said this more than once, is that if you want to know how social media is, look at the world. And right now, the world is in chaos.
Facts.
Like the world. If you just, I'm talking about not just divided states of America. What's going on in Israel? What's going on in this country?
You're not lost.
It's not even social media. It's just what's going on right now. And it's just a reflection of the energy that we have right now in this world, is that we are in chaos.
It's not
and chaos. I mean, I think about it like, you go scripturally. The Bible says in the beginning, when God created earth, that it was in a chaotic form.
That's facts.
And we are in chaos because everybody is just negative.
Not only is the world in chaos, Rochelle.
Man, we passed.
I'm gonna just tell you one more other thing. One more other thing is we deal with a lot of self-absorbed people.
We do what?
Self-absorbed.
Yeah.
And this is all I'm saying. It's hard to communicate, especially when you deal with a high level of intelligence. I'm glad Brother C. Lee is on here, because I started this not about Simone Biles. I really started this about the comment, because TD and I were having a very healthy conversation that continued off of the chat. We were still just talking. We talked the next day on the phone. It was just, we had a good conversation. It was not, and then somebody was listening and they felt the need to comment, hey, call somebody, I guess they mentioned we were sellouts, and they didn't identify who it was, but they was like, basically, if you don't feel like Jackson State is worthy of a 5-star, then you want to develop a 5-star for a PWI, we'll sell out ourselves. And my only thing was, I said, listen, my question to you is who the hell said anybody wasn't worthy Jack State wasn't worthy of a 5-star. And I said, before you answer, please make sure that what you are addressing was actually said and not what you think you heard, because people don't listen for comprehension. They really listen, and then they get emotionally charged by what they feel inside of themselves, because a lot of people are self-absorbed and they're not really listening to the conversation. TD had a perspective. I had a perspective. Justin had a perspective. And the reality of the matter is the whole purpose of the conversation was dialogue. So let's fast forward, right? 2 days later, actually a day later, we were talking about that. Now, this is not straight out of high school. This is from the transfer portal. A team within our conference just signed a former 5-star through the transfer portal. FAMU just did it. And I'm like, hell yeah. But I don't mind that. This is what I tried to tell everybody. Nothing that I see happening with the Rattlers right now. Shout out to EA, because I'm sure he's going to emerge when we mention them. Nothing is shocking with that. They supposed to have a more heightened profile. They just won the ECU National Championship. They just won a Celebration Bowl. If they can't recruit, which they was already great recruiters, if you can't recruit from that type of success, then you're slipping. So I was telling everybody, it doesn't matter what they lose. They can go get something else. Jackson State ain't worried about what FAMU is doing. Everybody else need to be worried, because it's everybody else that got to deal. We building to beat them, just like they're building to maintain their level of dominance. We're coming to try to beat them, which is what they were doing last year to try to beat Deion left, and it crippled us. Y'all know how this goes. But my point was, nobody said that. And I'm saying you're addressing ghosts. Like, you heard something in your head that wasn't said. And I challenged that person. I said, I tell you what you do. If it was said, please give me the minute and the second in the show of where it was said, and I'll go back and watch it. And I'll come back and I'll apologize and I'll address it, because nobody said that. And I said, furthermore, there's nobody on this platform that's a sellout. And I went on to say, the hell with developing a kid for a PWI. For those that don't understand 1-year rentals, stop recruiting 1-year grad transfers into your program. James Houston was the greatest rental that we've had over the past 3 seasons. Not named Deion Sanders, Travis Hunter, Kevin Coleman, Shador Sanders. You get what I'm going with this? James Houston made it to Jackson in July and left in December. 1 year and done. Now, I know he was out of eligibility. He went on to the NFL. But my point is, we were just having an intelligent dialogue about recruiting and strategy and how you can work things into your favor. So I'll pause there, let you guys jump in. But it was a great conversation. Keith Corbin, there you go, Jesse. What's up, Jesse? What up, nephew? You got to come on up here, man. You got to come on up here and join the conversation, Doc.
Are you going to speak, TD, or are you going to let me speak?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Ken, remember what I always said? So it is that they're not listening. Wounded ears hear differently. I keep trying to tell you, listen, when them ears is wounded, what you say and when they get to their eardrum, Ken, is 2 different things. I've learned this when I talk to my clients. I be like,
what are you talking about? No, Ken, he could have stayed. I don't even know what that means. I'm lost.
I tell one of my clients, I say, when I say something to them, Ken, I say, now tell me what you think you said. And what come out of their mouth is nothing. I said, that's what you heard?
Keep going. I love that.
And so I constantly have to tell people wounded ears hear differently. And because before they get to their eardrum, it's being filtered through their wounds. So it come out wrong. And that's why if you ask them, what did you hear them say? You say it's going to come out. That's not what I said, but that's what they heard. So it's not even the point of, for some people, they're not active listening. But for some people, Ken, it don't matter what they say. They just silent.
Why did I just hear that in Dragonfly Jones' voice? Silence. Man, let me I got to pause. Hey, brother Al. Oh my gosh, man. Martin is probably my top 2, one of my top 2 favorite shows of all time, bro. Dragonfly Jones. I could watch Dragonfly Jones episode to this day, man. Somebody done told you wrong, punk.
Oh, and I was going to say, as far as knowing people, when I tell people I've never seen none of what's the show 50 Cent. I ain't seen not one of his shows. I haven't seen not one of his sitcoms ever. So I think I'm talking 50 Cent movie. What's his little?
Oh, you talking about Power?
I've never seen one Power. I've never seen I've never seen the runoff of Power. I've never seen the other runoff. I have not watched one show. And people, you just lying. I haven't.
Hey, listen, I got to give y'all this. TD came up with a great idea today, and I need y'all to start thinking about this. We need y'all support with this. We're going to do a last show of the year. We're going to do a review show. Oh. We want everybody to kind of think about your favorite moments throughout the year, man. The funniest moments. And we're gonna put some stuff together, man. And I need the chat to come up. I need that to be a record-breaking clicking on the link. We need to have about 35, 40 people to join the chat that day. I need y'all to tell us what, you know what I'm saying? Just something to think about, man. I haven't seen a Power episode since Ghost was killed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It hurt me when Ghost left. I was really in. Ghost was my favorite character on the show. TD, you watch Power, bro? Did you ever watch Power?
Well, for Tiger Nation, well, you missing it. Cause Tariq is killing it.
No.
Oh, I've never seen who is.
Hold on. My favorite show now is with Tariq. Now, don't get me wrong. I said Ghost was my favorite show, was my favorite character. And it took me a minute, TD, but when I got into it, I know folks hate Tariq, but boy, oh boy, that's a great one. I don't know about the Tummy one, the Raising Kanan, but the Tariq joint, what is it? Ghost Power, what is it? Book of Power. Yeah,
I ain't seen that one. Who played Power? That's what people like. I don't even know who played Power.
Oh wow!
I've never seen one show.
Amari Hardwick.
Never seen it.
And his name.
And my son was saying the reason I won't go see it because he's like, well, you need to go back to the beginning. I ain't got that kind of time. That's what it is. Power Ghost for Power Book 2 or something like y'all. We all over the place. Listen, my problem is too valuable. I got to go back to the beginning to understand. That's why I'm not watching it. I'm not doing all that. Anybody got time for that? Anybody refused.
Before you go, that's why I never watched Game of Thrones. I got so far behind.
I've never watched it.
I never was like, I tried to get started, but I know it's dope because a lot of people that watch it, it's just you got to grab me in the first couple of episodes. And I'm gonna say this too: I never really watched. What's the one with Franklin Saint?
Snowfall. Boy,
yeah, I watched Snowfall, but I ain't never really get into it.
What's your favorite line on Snowfall?
Teach your man how to squabble.
I've never watched that. Anything that's a sitcom, if I got to go back to the beginning,
teach your man how to squabble, nigga.
I've never watched Snowball.
Hey, tell him, boy, D.I. Love versus Chorus. Listen, see y'all next year. What's up, baby?
I've never watched Snowball. What's another one? I've never watched none of them.
Blue, listen, man. Trust me, bro. I tried it, man. I tried it. And every time I tried it, the TV was watching me. It was watching me.
I don't know about no flying dragons, man.
Hey, KT Dub, what's up, baby? BMF, man. I couldn't get into it either.
Mate,
I be struggling, man. The Wire was old, and Wire I rocked with, but it's just I'm gonna tell y'all, man. When it comes to shows, man, it's got to grab me early, bro.
Anybody got time for that? If I got to go back to the beginning of one season, that's why all the movies y'all talking about, I ain't seen that one. Snowball, Ball.
Hey, Justin, see, that's what I'm saying. I've heard this consistently by everybody that watch GOT, man. Listen, trust me.
I ain't watched P-Valley either.
Hey, I ain't watched it, bro.
I ain't watched it.
Even when Prime was here, I didn't. He was talking about P-Valley. Man, I tried it, bro, and I saw that I saw the what's his name, Lil Murder, and I said, no, this ain't for me, bro.
Yeah, I watched Abby because it's 30 minutes, but then anybody got time for that mess?
Yeah, most of the show you being watched, but with P-Valley, you definitely have to be watched so you can fast forward those parts you really don't want to see.
Yeah.
Other than that, man,
I'm gonna tell you a show that I have watched a little bit of, but not really consistently kept up with. The Shy.
Nope.
I haven't watched.
It faded out pretty quick, especially after that little dude got in trouble. Little Easy, he got in trouble. So they took Little Easy out the show, man. Him and that girl.
I ain't never heard it. See, I'm telling you, I don't watch sitcoms because everything I got to go back to season 1, and I got too much to do to be going to binge watching like that.
Well, for me, my schedule just won't allow it, man. We on the screen 3 nights a week for about 2 to 3 hours. Tuesday nights, Tuesday, Thursday nights. I'm in Bible class. I just don't have the time, man. Now on the weekend, I'm telling you, when did Tariq come back on? Now I watched that.
I don't know because I'm behind, man. I just finished up Raising Canaan, and the new season just dropped. Raising Canaan, good. Tommy started off a little slow. I hadn't watched the second season of coming. BMF is dope. And until what's the name? The football guy.
I was watching All American until it went left, and then now
I ain't never watched that either. I'll watch TV though. I've come to that conclusion.
Now I gotta say this though. Now, when it comes to the with the Tariq episode, TD, I could literally watch a whole season in a weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to tell.
I can binge watch that.
Tiger Lakers undefeated. Look, man, the thing with Tariq is the cunningness that he has, the smarts, the street knowledge to be so young. Plus, he's dope. He give you so many roles. The boy need to win some type of award because you play so many roles.
Hey, hold on. Kevin Harris, you got that wrong. I did watch Ozark. Yes, I did.
Oh, so yeah.
What's Ozark? I don't know.
I can't even tell you if you don't know. If you ain't seen it. Now, I ain't watched the latest one. I watched the last one when the husband and wife got it. Well,
yeah, but
go ahead.
I end it with Tariq. The fact that he's so cunning, he's so street savvy, yet he's still going to an Ivy League school, and you waiting for him to get caught, then you don't want him to get caught, then you want to see what's gonna happen next, then he get into it with Mary J. He has so many roles and so much thing to keep it interested. That's one of the reasons that makes Tariq so interesting, to watch. So, I mean, that's what I like about that.
I agree with that.
Is that Ozark about that money? About that family?
I forgot his name, bro, but it was Ozark was good, bro. It was good, man. I rock with Ozark for real. It's hard to explain. I ain't seen it in a minute, but I definitely watched that. But that was it, man. Today was 67 today and sunny. Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna really have a winner, man. Maybe in January we get a winner, but y'all hit that like button, man. We just chopping it up.
Hey, Ken, to go back to your initial statement that you made.
Let's jump back to it. All right. Yeah,
to go back to that, I think like we talked off screen. Maybe whomever made that statement didn't really know that you really didn't make that statement saying we wasn't good enough. I think it probably more of a thought interpretation, which you were speaking on the actual crossing T's and dotting I's. That's what you were speaking on. But I guess he was speaking on, the way that you came off. He thought maybe the interpretation that you were saying there, but that's not what you were saying.
That's their problem. Because what I ain't going to do is I ain't going to address nothing that I ain't say. How you perceive what I say when I know that I was, man, can't nobody question me. When you start getting into stuff like sellout and all that stuff, I understand saying, hey, man, I don't know about that one. If it kind of feel like you, no, it's not that. I think we just not, I think we not being realistic, because at the same time, all I was saying was I was talking about one individual player. So I hate to do this, but I have to, because Brother Campbell is here and y'all annoying me. Family, I love y'all, but y'all get on my nerves. Y'all do. But I keep it real. I keep it about football. They've been kicking butt in the past couple of days. The recruiting coordinator Respis and Coach Simmons, and they've been doing a good job. They've recruited Florida very well, the area, very similar to what our coaches have done with Mississippi.
And they should.
Let me tell you what they did though, TD. It's very smart what they're doing. They're in Tallahassee, bro. Guess what's down the street from Tallahassee?
Florida State.
Florida State. So you go get 3 Florida State kids that just hit the portal. That's smart.
Yep.
That's smart. So here's what I'm saying. You take what you're working with, right? So within the space of what I was saying was, let's go back to the conversation. I was saying that we have 4 players on the roster from Louisville, Texas. I named them: Quay Davis, Ziggy Davis, Ethan Terrell, Devin Love. 3 of those players are offensive linemen. I said that Louisville has a 5-star on their roster. That the father of Ethan Terrell in the chat on the Devin Love live stream stated that he's interested. We placed an offer. He probably got 40 plus offers or so, right? This is my point. I was saying you take what's in your yard and you work with that and how to use a strategy. And the only thing I said, Miss Rochelle, was this. Let me make this very clear for y'all that don't understand it, because the NCAA made a ruling today. They reiterated today that second-time transfers are now eligible if they hit the portal. So they do not need a waiver. So every kid that entered the portal during the fall can get immediate eligibility without a waiver for next season.
Wow.
That is a game changer, because the reason why a lot of kids were not transferring out was because they had already transferred before.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you is they just made your entire roster a 1-year rental.
Pretty much.
Now we want to sit here and act like having a conversation about the reality of college football is some type of black eye to the university. It's not. The coaches who embrace the landscape the best will be the ones who are the most successful. You take the rules, you play the game how it's played, and you do it well for the success of you on the level that you're on. If you are an HBCU that just had a lot of success, you get the pick of the litter when it comes to the portal. You go work your wave. You go do what you got to do. You don't give a damn if they leave next year. You're not even worried about 2025 because you got to get through 2024 first.
Right.
All I was saying was this. I want them to be, let me say it this way. Hey, everybody, I want the 5-star to stay all 4 years.
That's not realistic.
This is what I was saying. You can't put the cart before the horse. You can't keep them unless you get them. You got to get them first. So all I was saying was you say and you market and you build and you recruit to get that kid there. And when you get them there, man, you love on them like never before. Man, when Nate Blunt got on that news and told them folks the reason he flipped from ULM to Jackson State was because of the fans. Fan base. Tell me that you can't have an impact on a young man that may come to Jackson State and say, you see Jalen Hughes out there say, man, hey, the fans are different, bro. You see, that's what everybody keeps saying, the fans, the love. What I'm saying is you get them and you try to retain them. That's what the coaches are doing anyway. So I'm going to say this and I'll shut up. Kobe Boykin, Travis Terrell Jr., Devin Love, 3-star, 4-star. Who else did we have that was 3-star? School. Ethan Terrell. You do realize that you got to re-recruit them again at the end of 2024, right? TD, Isaiah Spencer, Isaiah Kendall, Mike Smith, Lester Miller,
that's crazy.
Jonas Fortillion. What are they all? One thing they all have in common is they all wide receivers, right? Many of them did not see the field. Nyreek Sharp. You got to re-recruit them kids and try to keep them in your program. So that's the same thing. We all finished the season saying, man, I hope these young folk don't leave, right? Did we not say that at least once?
Yeah.
I hope they stay. So how is that any different? You think Quay Davis, just because he's a freshman All-American, you think we ain't got to continue to keep him in the building? We got to continue to love on him and continue to encourage him to stay, continue for him to get that degree, continue to push that program. You win. First thing first is you got to win. Second thing, they got to see the success of the players that came in. And if all those things play out, then Coach O had a phenomenal interview with I'm done when I say this. Hold on one thing. Coach O had a phenomenal interview, and one of the things he said was he talked about the state of the program and what they do to retain their rosters. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, only thing I was gonna say is everything you're saying is true. Unfortunately, it is one of those. It's like a bill or situation where if I don't pay it, maybe it'll go away.
Don't say it out loud.
No, you see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying.
Don't say it out loud.
So,
but you know what people do. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish, and I got an answer to that because I deal with people like that, TD, and I don't like dealing with people who act like if I close my eyes and pretend that the problem ain't in the room, it ain't gonna be there no more.
Right.
That's not reality. That's called I'm gonna delude myself into thinking an alternative reality.
Miss No Gray.
So I think so basically what we're saying on that end of it is what goes on a lot when they hoping and watching and looking for the names to do that. We don't want to have to accept the fact, and I could be partially guilty that, you know what I'm saying, okay, well, you hear everybody don't have the same dedication, the same love for everything. So everybody sees things different.
It's a great point, C. Lee. The same thing you got to do to get a woman is what you got to do to keep a woman. You better preach, brother C. Lee. You know that. TD, you do all that stuff. You whining and dining that lady, and you done got it, and then all of a sudden you get fat, you're lazy, you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to take her out no more, you don't want to date her, you don't compliment her no more, and you just expect her to just stay there because she's supposed to just love you.
And then they run into that rare moment when you do all that and she still leaves.
And get what happened. Yeah, and they call her a fool. Or they get on the internet and be like, you can do better, girl, because you the catch. Anyway, let me not go back to that. But my point is this, TD, I'm just thankful that our coaches don't think like some of our fans. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
The coaches know what the game is. They know what they got to do. I don't have a team. You don't have a team. We have a role, though. Our role is to love on these kids, do what we can to support these kids, buy tickets, show up, support, and we gonna continue to do what we do. I'm coming. At the end of the day, you're only having that conversation about one aspect of it, and you're actually you're not even acknowledging the other part. So I'm gonna stop talking about the 5-star, and let's just talk about the kids that we recruited that committed to us. Jackson State, if you think that the coaching staff and the fans don't have to continue to recruit Travis Terrell, Kobe Boykin, all these kids that came in that we ran and raving and we celebrating about this wonderful high school class. You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. You have to continue to do those things. That ain't a Jackson State thing, family. That is a college football thing, because I just want to welcome you guys to one thing. Welcome to college football free agency. Today's news made it worse.
Yes.
Because TD, it used to be if you transfer, you had to sit out a year. That deterred kids from leaving.
Yep.
Then you say, okay, I can transfer one time. Now they get 2 times.
That portal's going to be.
You can go to the highest bidder now.
But think how many kids are already in the portal, and so many that wanted to do a transfer and couldn't. Next year, that portal is going to be a hot mess. It's like now y'all just playing. I mean, you can just go a year on like it, transfer on like it, transfer. And just like you said, it is free agency. And the other part we have to acknowledge this is that as much as I love our kids and I'm praying that they would stay, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw a young man roll up to sign his papers in the dang Lamborghini. Did I not see that?
Shout out to Deion Smith. Yep, he did. Straight
out
of line, he did. Can I say this though, Rochelle? Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, I'm just saying is that I just hate that, unfortunately, and I got it, is that we can love on these kids as much as we want, but with that portal being the way it is, and unfortunately with the Palms having the coins.
There we go. I got it now. What I was going to say is I just want to mention something that's very smart to the coaches that are aware of this. So here's what you do. Go look at the recruiting classes of all of this. So I'm going to use Alabama State. Let's not talk about Jack State. Let's not talk about FAMU for a second. You know what Alabama State did really well, TD? They recruited that area. They recruit Alabama. They got some 3 stars in. One of the things the coaches have really done is they have tied players together. You tie them together. You get an Ethan Terrell, you want to get his offensive lineman that's a 3-star. You're trying to tie them together. So if a kid come out of state, you try to pair them together. That's been going on forever, right? The other thing they have been doing is really trying to recruit the kids in the portal that are from Jackson, that are from Mississippi, that they can get them home, because the love for Mississippi and the pride that comes from being home is a little different if you're not from there. So your recruiting strategies are gonna be variously different when it comes to that type of thing. That's a smart strategy for them, because what'll happen is if you find yourself with your roster made up the way Coach Prime made it up, we counted 10 players on the roster total that were from Mississippi.
Oh,
not
wow.
Jackson, that was from Mississippi, and all of them weren't playing. So when he leave out the door, they don't have no ties to Jackson. Jackson State ain't really what it is. It's boom, we out of there. But if you go grab a kid that done been there, done there, win there, came back, and they want to come back home, why not recruit them to come there? Why not start in that area in that way, as opposed to just trying to go grab something out of the thin air? So if you go and look at, I'll use FAMU again. If you go and look at what they recruited, the majority of, if not, I would say 90% of those kids, 95% of the kids that have signed so far are all from the state of Florida, including the tight end. He's from Tallahassee. The 3 kids from Florida State, right up the street. You follow what I'm saying? The young man from Colin, the wide receiver from Colin from Florida, the quarterback from FIU, the wide receivers. I think only one of the wide receivers I want to say is from Georgia, because I follow recruiting. It's not just FAMU. I pay attention to everybody and what I see everybody's doing. And Mississippi Valley had a great day. They recruited a lot of Delta kids. You get what I'm saying? They recruited some JUCO kids. They got some 3 stars in there. They got some big time transfer. They go get Harold Blood as their quarterback. A couple of offensive linemen here. The East did themselves pretty well. The East is going to be tough. I know the West over there trying to figure out their coaching situations, but the East is going to be tough. Fam, you're going to be tough to beat, but I'm happy that we get to play them in the middle of the season. Now everybody kind of have their system down. You kind of be working on a well-oiled machine. So come, October 19th, we ready to rock and roll. You follow what I'm saying? So my point is, you got to play the game the way the game is played. You build on you sell on your strategy. You come up with a strategy and you sell your program. You sell it. That's all you got to do. Those that do it well will be the most successful. It is what it is.
I want to go back to the rule that was made.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it was already one thing, and I understood your coach leave. You can leave if you choose to, and that all that. That's fine. But right now, I think right now that is doing the student athlete a disservice.
They ain't graduating.
Exactly. So what's going to happen? They know everyone's dream is to chase the NFL, and a young man who does good on a particular level, doing good, getting the shine, getting some looks, but they feel like they can do better, and they'll get the light will be brighter, and they get better looks at another program, leaves that program never to be seen again. What they are doing, they are keeping the money in their pockets on their levels.
Yeah.
And they are, keeping everybody else at bay. And so when these young men feel like they need to transfer out, get lost in the shuffle, and they're not getting their books, because a lot of them some of them may already have issue with studying anyway, and they looking at the NFL as being their savior. Yeah. or their end goal, and they're not finishing their schooling because they transferred so many times. So now you don't make the NFL, you don't make XFL team, and now you got to try to break down and go back to school to get your degree if you decide to do that, or you kind of blend into society.
High school graduate.
that's something that, again, I'm going to go back to parents. And one thing I noticed about a lot of our signees, they had their parents there, they had their fathers there,
Yep.
they had their uncles there, and they had men in their life. No knock to a lady whatsoever, not knock to a mom. And most of them had both of their parents. And that's the first thing that grabbed me about a lot of our signees, a lot of our recruits, that they had. Most of them had their mother and their father in their life. Whether they together or not, I don't know. They're part of it, but they there. They were there. They had a part of them in their life where they did show up to the signing. It wasn't, I hadn't seen you since I was born, and now you showing up. You know, I mean, again, I don't know anyone's situation, just my perspective of what it was. So with that, I'm gonna always harp on and go back to guidance from your parents, from the church, from the community, and from strong men.
Right.
So that's what I'll say about that.
Well, that's gonna always be that case, TD. Great point. I will say this one thing. I will, and not to get into everything, because what I don't want to do is I'm not gonna say everything that we do and how we recruit our kids and or whatever. Just like the other schools aren't gonna tell everything that they do. But education is a primary thing. That's why Jackson State leads in APR. That's not a mistake, man. We graduate our student athletes at a very high clip with very high GPAs. Education is a heavy emphasis. When they're on their visits, trust me, it ain't just they coming to see the facilities. I can guarantee you that they talking to some of the counselors and educate the parents want to know that type of stuff, man. It's education first. Are you going to be able to help my son get a degree? Not only is it a scholarship is a free education, bro. But then you will have this. The reality of the matter is, TD, and it's something that we can't worry about. There's going to be a lot of student athletes that get flushed out of the system because of these rules, and they're gonna chase that, and they're gonna get they. But you know what? There were athletes getting flushed through the wash, man. When they were sitting after a while. It's just a part of it. Bad advice. You mentioned something, not having a real, I would say, solid support system to help guide you and navigate you through these. Hell, you got some kids even before the rules that just didn't finish because it got tough on them and they just decided, I don't want to play no more. It don't have to be you hit the portal and you get cut or something, you get stuck in the portal. Sometimes it's just this is just too hard. In high school, I was that guy and I don't want to do this no more because it feels like a job now.
And Kid, I want to let you finish, but I want to throw this in real quick. Not only that, but you one play, one injury, one step, one cut, one turn, one jump away from a season ending or game ending injury.
All day long. And it's a brutal sport, but at the same time,
yes, Lord,
you're always gonna manage and you're gonna move according to the positive side of it or what you hope to happen. The other side is always going to be there. But all I'm saying is this. Every kid that we bring into Jackson State's program, we bring them in that program with the intent of them staying all 4 years to get their degree. That's what Coach Otis mentioned in that interview. He stated something. This is what he said. He said, he talked about how we sell our I'm using the word how they sell the program. And he said that might be why a lot of people didn't really see a lot of exits into the portal, because there are a lot of kids that are still in the program that have bought into the system. They have bought into the culture, bought into the program. And that helps. Some may say, no, I'm good. I'm gonna get on up out of here. But then you're going to have the other aspect where you're going to have players that's going to produce at a high level and they can go get paid. That's the other aspect of it. That's the reality of it. It is what it is. You lose one, you go get you another one. The portal works both ways. So if you lose a kid, you go bring one in through the portal. I pause there. Go ahead, Rochelle.
This is my other thing. I know parents don't want to hear this. I need the coach to let me be honest with me and represent it. Listen, your kid is not NFL material. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that.
They're not going to recruit like that, though, Michelle.
No, this is.
We're not going to recruit kids.
I didn't say recruit that way. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that. I'm just talking about in general. I think that's one thing we do a disservice to our children. Just hold on while y'all shaking your head. The reason this is true is because there's only so many spots in the NFL that
I'm
can be
saying
taken.
what I'm saying is every time they talk to the student athletes, they always give the statistics that only about 5% of all student athletes are going to get to the NFL. That's talked about heavily. So
okay,
the reason for why TD is saying you need to get your degree is emphasized because that fact of not getting to the next level is there.
Okay, then I was just saying because I think some of us as parents, we live in our lives through our children. So we're giving our children a disservice because we're not listening because 5%, that's a low number. And I think sometimes parents just don't listen because they want their kids to do what they didn't do.
Rochelle, the reason I was shaking my head, I'm not sure why Ken was shaking his. You sit there and tell me, oh, well, okay, I didn't hear why you said why.
No. I'm saying I just said the reason I was shaking my head was because I was saying that they do say that.
Okay,
that's all I was saying. Go ahead though.
Go ahead.
Well, okay. If they this is what I was going to say about that. And I think what Ken said about the numbers, he projecting the numbers of, the chances are you going to NFL. Yeah, that is being said.
Okay.
But if you sit down flat-footed and tell a parent that they kid or tell a kid they're not you can forget that child.
No, I wasn't saying it that way, the way y'all said it. I'm just blunt with us talking on this thing. But to tell those parents, the truth is that 5%, if you're talking all over the thing, 5%, you're giving me the information. I'm not saying to say it that way, but what I'm saying is that when you throw it out that way, that's why our education is so important. Because the biggest thing we don't want our children to do is that what you just said, TD, was so huge, is that I think you said you one hit away from being injured, and you doing all this transfer. And at the end of the day, you've been in school for 6 years. You didn't do anything but transfer out, and now you're still a high school graduate, and that's it.
So let me say this though about those numbers. I just looked it up. That's what I was looking at. So the NFL been around since 1920. In the history of the NFL, you've only had right at 25,000 students, 25,000 athletes to actually go to the NFL.
25,000
total. I'm saying that's important.
It is.
So they say it all the time. The NCAA say, when you go look at them commercials, especially during like March Madness, they say like they give the percentages 90% of all student athletes are going to go pro in something else other than their prospective sport.
Right.
They say that on the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
They advertise that. So you think education. So, but we focus on that. But then there's some student athletes that stay in school and they leave with 3 degrees.
I saw that.
They leave with 2 degrees. I know one young man. Shout out to him, TD. He went to he never played there. I remember a young man. So he got 3 degrees this way. He went JUCO. I'm not gonna say his name, but I saw this. It was pretty cool. And I remember his family reaching out to me when he came to Jackson State, like about 5-6 years ago. He left East Mississippi, came to Jackson State. He was on the team, got a scholarship. He didn't really play much, but he got a scholarship. Graduated Jackson State, transferred to another SWAC school, and actually was in school for like 5 years and he graduated the master's program. I probably never seen the field, but he was on the team. So he was good enough to use his talent to be on the field, to be on the team. Never saw the field. And I'm following him on IGTV. He walked across stage at Prairie View, getting that master's degree. I said, now that's how you
play the game.
That's dope to me because I'm like, this man, he got an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's, all using football. And he never seen the field that much.
Listen.
So I'm saying, like, just like you have some kids out there that can use it. Now, what's going to happen though? This is what
they're free.
This is what I believe. True story. I believe this is going to happen. I believe if you get let's say they just grant you get 2 transfers in your college career. That means you get to go to 3 schools in undergrad. Then grad transfer, you get to go to a 4th one. There are going to be some kids that's going to take advantage and say, you know what, I don't want to go pro. I'm just going to enjoy my college life. I'm going to go to a few different schools, right? And I'm just going to experience some different things. I want to experience an HBCU for a year. Let me go to Mississippi State for a year. I want to go to Florida, stay in Florida for a year. And then I graduate. Let me go here. I believe some kids are gonna take advantage of it. That's what usually happens when things change. People tend to learn the rules and play within the game, play within the rules. But I think our coaches are very in tune with the rules. They're very intentional about graduating and making sure that we do what we do. And grad transfers, JUCO kids, that's why they go heavy JUCO. JUCO kids are jewels because they already come in. Most of them come in with a graduate associate, right?
Right.
They got 2 years of eligibility. So you get them and they choose your program. Chances are they're going to stay for a couple of years. Coach O explained that. He was talking about why he would go ahead and get some. He said, because they was trying to explain the dynamic of the makeup of the class. We had 6 DBs. They like, well, you got starters at DBs. Why would you go get all those DBs? He said, we're not going to pass up an opportunity to bring in some talent when we got kids that are playing DB right now that's not going to be in the program after next season, meaning that they have 1 year eligibility left. I can name them. I just won't. When you mention it, say it's Guthrie, you mention the K5, you mention the Jalen, 2024, that's it. So you want to have some DBs in the room with 2-3 years of eligibility and in the mix. So if they do transition out, you're not bottomed out and you don't have no. That's because roster makeup is very important. So, but there's all the nuances. We're talking about it from an external standpoint. The coaches, trust me, they have staffs and they have people in place that and they know what they're doing, man. And I think they do really good job of it.
Ken or TD, when did the portal come into play?
Ooh,
it's been there?
No, it's within the last decade. I can Google it. Somebody may be able to go right off top, but
well, if I go to the top of my dome, I just became aware within the last 2 to 3 years.
That's what I was going to say. He's always been
2018. Look at that. Christian Frizzell hit it right on the head. 2018. October the 15th, 2018, the portal became in effect. So that was basically 5 years ago.
And when it really took off and you know, like I said, I got
3 years.
I got knowledge of it probably about 3 years. You know, when it really, you know, so anything started off snow, everybody else know about it before. You know what I'm saying? How it works before we get to it.
Wow.
But
and then when that Joker came, we was like, oh, this is a game changer. This portal finna be crazy. But every year, but man, look at it. You get up this morning, speaking of Florida State. Hell, Florida State gets upset. They leaving the ACC. They done. They don't like the fact that they got shafted, right? And guess what? They like, man, we finna sue the ACC for the exit fee. They want to sue them for like $130 million. It's a crazy fee to get out of.
$130 million?
They have a big exit fee to lead the conference, right? But this is my point. When certain powers and you got that bread and they don't like how it go, they just change it, and the rules just keep changing and changing and changing and changing. And I don't think the change is done. I think before it's over with, TD and Rochelle, college athletes will be able to transfer any year that they feel like it with no restrictions. I think that's what it's eventually going to come to. My question to you is this. If you can get a degree in 3 years, why just leave it at 2? Why not just say you can transfer whenever and be eligible? As long as your grades transfer, as long as you are eligible and you're able to continue your education, they're going to eventually get to a place where
$570 million?
Yeah, that's correct.
What?
It do feel like an emotional decision for Florida State to leave right away, but ACC they don't feel like it fits their model anymore. They may wind up in the Big Ten. We don't know.
So do you know what's the trick is? If that's the exit, what is they making in that conference?
Make a lot of money.
It has to be.
I'll say this though, they don't like the TV money. The SEC and the Big Ten got better TV contracts for sure, without question. That's why you saw USC and UCLA and Washington and Oregon jump over to the Big Ten.
And to be honest with you, I understand where Florida State may be coming from, including their fans. But technically, the NCAA may have did them a favor with losing your starting quarterback, going against the power that you was about to face in these playoffs.
Hey, man, listen. And then what I hate about it, I hate that a lot of the players for them are opting out. A lot of the players are opting out. So Georgia going to beat the hell out of Florida State in that bowl game, just FYI. I thought they was gonna beat them even at full strength, but now a lot of players are saying it ain't worth it.
So you say they're opting out, or they leaving?
They are opting out of playing in that bowl game in light of going to the NFL. Brother Malachi, Nicholas Malachi, what's going on, man?
This thing is not playing.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good this evening. So I will say this. I was happy to see that 5'11", 215 pound running back be signed.
Love it.
Hey, that boy run like Nick Chubb.
Ooh.
Am I wrong? Because
I ain't thinking about that.
Hey, the broken tackles. I'm like, oh, I said
Nick Chubb?
If he just need a smidge of speed, a little bit more speed. He already fast. He just need a little bit smidge of speed. It's a wrap.
I don't see Nick Chubb.
Hey, you know what? This might not be the most popular thing to say. However, when I was watching him, except for the build, they got a little more low center of gravity, I think. But he ain't far off. He ain't far off. Irv kind of had the same style, man.
Of who?
Irv. The way they find the holes, the way they the quick shiftiness, the quick move.
Yeah.
Going.
I don't know if I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I would say just turn on how Nick Chubb runs when he was back in Georgia. That's just me.
Man,
I'm looking at him run right now. I'm just trying to find the comparison in my head. You know who Zoe said? I know Zoe ain't on. Zoe said he run like Emmitt Smith. He said that today.
He built like him. He has that look, that like I said, low center of gravity type thing, but that quickness to get in the crowd and then come out there, emerge out of that crowd like Irv does. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna tell you who he remind me of. He might be a little taller than him, but he remind me of Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Okay.
That's a
good comparison.
As I watch him run, like that's who comes to mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because Clyde used to break a lot of tackles at LSU when he would get to the secondary. So
I think he's taller than Clyde. What is he? 5'11"? What's Nate Blunt?
Yeah, he's 5'11". Clyde was around 5'8", 5'9".
So basically, he giving you Ray Rice, Jones.
Ray Rice is really good, TD. That's a good one. He a bowling ball, man.
Yeah.
But y'all know me. Listen, bro. I am the Nate Blunts of the world. Y'all know I like bruisers, man. I like big backs on running backs.
Hey, we know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my mind wasn't even there till you see.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Oh, Frank Gore.
Okay, that's another good comparison.
Frank Gore. Damn, that's some good stuff, man. I like the kid, man.
I guess I probably said. I probably thought of Nick Chubb and stuff because, like, when he get to the secondary, he just break off a tackle. It's like you think he gonna be stopped, but as soon as he break the tackle, touchdown. I'm literally watching the film on him, and I'm like, Nick Chubb just came to my mind, but for someone to say Frank Gore and stuff, that's another one too.
Right now, man. I just want to look at him for a quick second. Why would they start with the damn injury? Like, come on, bro. Y'all people.
Look at Georgia and look at when he was at Cleveland.
You know what? He actually do run like Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb a little faster though.
Yeah, that's why I said he get a little bit fast. He just need to work on his speed.
Destry Wright is a good comparison. D-Train, more like Carlos Knight though. But Maurice Jones-Drew was a little bowling ball. He didn't run like Maurice Jones-Drew. Caleb Johnson was more like that. But anyway, it's some good stuff, man. AGD when he was at Jacksonville. Who was You said who the hell is AJD? You talking about Maurice Jones-Drew? I don't know who ADJ was. AJ.
Yeah, he the one that was at Jacksonville. Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, it's probably a typo. They meant the finger probably slipped.
But that's all good comparisons, man. I like the kid, man, a lot, bro. The Nick Chubb is good, man. That's a good comparison. He's definitely a great pickup. You know what I mean? And we got a very healthy running back room. I don't think you're gonna see us. We're gonna have a little razzle dazzle, but we're going back to old Smash Mouth, man. We're gonna run it down your throat.
And the fact that we have different styles of running back. You have your quickness, you have your bruiser, you have your shiftiness, then you have your combination. You know what I'm saying? So everybody bring, and depending on the situation. I mean, you know, you want that power. I mean, you have Moultrie, you have Miller. You know, Eric can run with power too, but you have those guys for the short down, especially since tight end. I mean, fullbacks are not used that much anymore. But you know, if you can help anything but your quarterback.
I'm looking at Jones-Drew right now. That's actually intriguing to me. I think he really does, man. I like Chubb. I can see some Nick Chubb. I can. Who'd you say TD at first?
Ray Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice was very similar to Jones-Drew too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know
what, man? He runs just like Jones-Drew. God, dog. He do. Yeah, he do, bro. He do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you think he a taller version of Jones-Drew?
Yeah, he's 5'11".
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. I mean, now like you got the Ray Rice.
When you look at I see it. That's a good comparison. Let me look at something real quick, man. I'm gonna look at something for TD's sake, right?
Nah, not Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is
he don't run like Marshawn.
Yeah, like Marshawn.
No, he don't.
You know what I'm saying? You know, give the size. You give some of that to Herb, as far as Marshawn Lynch, and he don't have that size.
And again, that's a good comparison, TD. Looking at these highlights, Jones-Drew, Ray Rice, stylish is a really good comparison, bro. And I think Ray Rice was about that height though. Well, he might have been 5'8".
No, so Ray Rice was around 5'7", 5'8". Jones-Drew was 5'6", but Nick Chubb is 5'11".
And them dude,
I said he's more like Nick Chubb. He put on 10 more pounds. It's a wrap.
Herb run like Marshawn.
hey, you know what? Ken, the big smile came on my face. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, Herb got some Marshawn in him, but you know what? He also got some of my boy in him too.
Hey, this is another good comparison. Mark Ingram. Hey, that's a good pick. I like that. Now I like Derrick Henry, Bill. Give me a Derrick Henry. Give me a what's his name? Bo Scarborough. Give me the big old 6'2" Eddie George type. You know what I'm saying?
Najee Harris.
Oh, yeah. I love them big backs, man. Big running backs.
As good as he was, well, I'll leave that alone.
Who that?
I wouldn't read a king on Eddie George as a running back.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm just talking about the big back. He ain't a Hall of Famer.
He was more of a tight end to me, man.
Hey, you can't disrespect one of my favorite running backs like that.
I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect him. I mean, he did his thing. I mean,
he liked what he liked, man. He liked what he liked.
I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking what he did. I mean, he had a very, very solid career, and you know, he did some things. But then because think about this too, Nicholas, there was time with his height, he was easily tripped up.
Yep. That's true.
So that's why
I mean, I grew up watching the Titans, so
that man said JD like Eric Dixon. Do you like JD? Not like
Marvin's like Eric Dixon? No, bro. No, hell no.
Maybe the quickness or something.
Man, Eric Dickinson was that dude's legend, bro. He was bro. No, we don't have a running back right now that run like Eric Dickerson in style. Nah, we don't. We don't.
And can nobody get their knees that high? They must be a drum major. That dude knees came all the way up to his helmet, man.
Hey man, the curl. Didn't he have a curl?
Yes.
Yeah, he did have that old Jerry curl, man. He bald headed now, but he had the little.
He also helped gay. He also was one of the reasons SMU got that death penalty too.
Well, he done nothing wrong. You know, he was collecting.
Right.
He said JD is like TJ Young. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, I can see that.
The goggles, he had the neck brace. I love that, man. I used to rock that neck brace, man, like all stock. Oh yeah, man.
Hey,
man.
Hey, okay, go ahead, Nick.
What you got, Nick?
So my question is, how do y'all think how y'all think the offense is going to be ran a little bit this year with all the new pieces coming in? And also, do you think that JSU can be O-lineman, running back, and quarterback you?
Yeah.
Just want to know.
First question, we can be. You set your foundation. I don't know about you. I don't want
to. All right.
Yeah, we can. Running back you, we can be. I don't think anybody has a deeper from 1 to 7. Like we go all the way to 7, bro. Like and that's not even hyperbole. Not even when you add the young men that are in there. I mean, people got to understand, man. What was Zeke on the depth chart, TD? When you was asking to see Zeke, he was like what, 5th?
4th or 5th.
Now he was 5th because keep in mind you had JD, you had Irv. Now I know they got hurt, but then you had Moultrie, you had Miller, then so you had Zeke. So he was like 5th string. He got in versus Alcorn and had a monster game. What I was just trying to say was that we have some good running backs, man. Shout out to Coach Morton for that. Then when you add a Kobe Boykin, Travis Terrell, Nate Blunt to that room, sheesh, man. You know, they some versatile kids. The O-line, absolutely. But it's gotta be consistent. We're not gonna I ain't gonna jump the line on nobody. I ain't crowning nobody this year. You gotta go get it. Right now, we gotta catch up. We're not the Shaq Bully right now. So it all looks good on paper, but you gotta go develop, you gotta go put the work in, you gotta build a chemistry. Now, as far as the offense of how we're going to look, I think we 55-45 pass the run. Run the pass. I would like to see 60-40 with the big offensive linemen. I personally, with the backs that we got, would like to see us run the ball 60% of the time as opposed to throwing the ball 40% of the time. Well, we control the clock. We control the game. We sustain drives, and then we be methodical with the pass and use the weapons and, maybe 55. Now that doesn't have to be set, Nick, because some games, if you got a weak DB core, you go attack that. I want them to just attack. I don't want to be set on anything. And that tells me if the coaches are doing their homework, which I know they will, and they're game planning, they game plan for the defense and let the defense go exploit the mismatches and the weaknesses of the defense. Don't go in there with some game plan that we're going to do this, and then you see it ain't working, and you just – so because of what we saw on offense last year and because of the question marks, I don't know what the hell we're going to do, honestly. I just hope we put together a great game plan and we use all the weapons that we have at our disposal. That's my goal. I ain't finna say what we're going to do on a lot of nothing because we making some changes. We made some change. We got we're going to have a different quarterback coach, different wide receiver coach, and a little bit more emphasis on strategy and all that good stuff. So,
and you know what? Hold up.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was going to address that in a minute, but I was going to say, add on to what you were saying. That 60-40, figure will be good. And I think that'll make that 40% very high because now you're catching them off guard, with the pass. And then with the receivers that we have and the accuracy of the quarterback, then that definitely should, open that pass up more. So you're going to have a lot of passing, reception, and touchdown too. When you do go with that 40%, I think the percentage will be real high. Now, the thing that that he was tough, man, but I don't think that he could get around the injury bug, man.
Yeah.
But he blew his knee out, man, right before he went to the league, and that set him back big time, bro. He had a nasty that could have been career ending. For him to even get drafted when he got drafted for the sake of it, he was so good that they drafted him anyway, just because they were, the team was like, bro, we gonna draft you with the chance. Is that the 49ers, bro?
Yeah, the 49ers drafted him, I think
they wanted him to come in and rehab and give him a chance to rehab. But he was never.
So I remember in high school and stuff, before he blew his knee out and stuff, I remember, and I'm from Georgia, like people was talking about Lattimore, Marshawn Lattimore. People was calling him a bigger version of Chris Johnson because his runaway speed. That's what people were saying in the South.
Okay.
He was running away and stuff. And
Chris
I guess
Johnson for the Titans.
Yeah, for the Titans.
I didn't say that. That's what they were saying.
No. You talking about almost a scat bag versus a bruiser, man.
Hey, like I said, that's what they was calling him in the South.
Oh, okay.
To me, he had a lot. He had as big as he was. He had breakaway speed. When you didn't think he would move, you didn't think he could run away from you, but he did.
Yeah. For me to elaborate on your question that you asked, for me to speak on the question that you asked, I'm not going to go into it because everything going to stem on the culture and what they choose to do in their playbook. Yep. I think with the offensive line, with the running back, the receiver, and the quarterback, I think we have a total offense. Now, a lot of movement. Well, wait. Now, however you want to phrase that, whether you got the running back in the backfield, putting him out, as a receiver, or run a lot of movement, distraction, mismatch is what's going to help, especially with the speed and stuff that's in the room. Period. So I mean, just stable, just a base offense, it still will work. But if you got some movement, and I tell you who used to do it perfect, the Patriots. You look at the Patriots offense when they had Brady, and they had Welko and the other little dude with the beard, Edelman. When they had all those guys, it was a lot of movement, Ken. You see what I'm saying? So you didn't know who to cover Edelman, you didn't know what to cover Gronk, you didn't know what to cover Troy Brown. You didn't know who to cover. You know what I'm saying? You know what he was going with the ball. Then all of a sudden he hit you out the backfield, with Blunt or someone. So I can't keep up with the Patriots player because they changed them out like nothing. But offense like that with that type of weapon, I think offense like similar to what the Patriots used to run, but would be very, very, very high. Hey man, what you got out there, Nick? I mean, what you say you in, talent in that area where all the talent is, man. What's coming out of your area this year?
I'll have to look. So I'll have to look into it and stuff. I'm actually overseas right now and stuff. So
okay.
So yeah, I'll really have to look into it. All I just know, like the schools I sent you, I sent Mr. Clark and stuff.
Yep.
Not like Beaufort, Beaufort County, Colquitt, Tifton. I know Alcorn got a quarterback from Tifton.
Is Beaufort in Beaufort County?
Yeah, Beaufort, Colquitt. Colquitt is in Moultrie. Albany has 3 schools. They have Monroe, Westover, and Doherty. I'm just saying, like schools like that, and even like Thomas County. It's so many schools in 229. Thomas County Central. If you know anything about Thomas County Central produced probably one of the best quarterbacks to play at Florida State, who was said to be too short to play in the NFL, but they gave Doug Flutie a shot. His name was Charlie Ward.
But speaking of Charlie Ward, man, a lot of people don't know this, but I've said this on the show before. Charlie Ward was like, that's how Mo Williams was, Coach Mo. Coach Mo Williams was like he was like our Charlie Ward. People don't know Mo was a really, really good quarterback, and he also was a great baseball player. Phenomenal baseball player, pitcher. Had a curveball that'll run you out of the batter's box, but he was definitely that dude. He had a knee injury that kind of. I thought he was gonna go pro in football, in my honest opinion. I did not know Mo could shoot ball the way he did until I saw him hoop, and I was like, "Damn, this dude's special, man." But Charlie Ward was that dude. I didn't even know Charlie could hoop like that.
Yeah. So
guy, man.
I was talking to a few years ago, where I'm from, Charlie Ward's center from when he was in high school and stuff. He actually owned a car shop in Sylvester, Georgia. He probably still there. But I remember talking to him and stuff, but he told me Charlie was good at every sport.
Yep.
At every sport, humble.
Yeah, man. He was. There you go. There, Coach Lewis. Yeah. He was Mo was special, man. He was very similar to Charlie Ward, man. And most people don't know that because most people, when they met him, if they only saw him play basketball, they would have thought that he was just a basketball player. He was definitely more than just that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize Charlie Ward and them was probably one of when FSU was running the run and shoot in the 90s. They were giving teams fits, especially every time they played Notre Dame.
Yeah, I used to keep up with him. Especially when what's his name, Peter Ward, not Hines Ward, but Charlie Ward. I mean, shit, everybody that Bobby Bowden days were a lot of people looked at FSU during that time. I didn't know he could play basketball. Yeah, there you go. Coach said he didn't know he could play basketball. He was he was all of our coach coming to Chastain. Mo he's a football player, man. He was a quarterback. That boy had Warwick Dunn. That's right. Man, he could throw that thing, bro. I'm talking about he was accurate and everything, bro. Like it was something to see. And he never played. He it. He didn't go past middle school because when he went to Murrah, we sucked in basketball. I mean, football. Football was just not. We weren't very good in football. We was 0-11 that year, our freshman year. Murrah wasn't good at all in football, but basketball we were. So when he went to high school, he played solely basketball. I think he played some baseball too. But
yeah. So what do you think the staff is going to touch up on, like on the second signing day? What do you look at them getting on the second signing day? Because y'all already feel O-lineman. I'm pretty sure y'all good at running back. You know, linebacker and edge.
Yeah. Yep. Show up the linebacker room a little bit more. I like a little bit more depth there, and some edge rusher. You gotta. I don't think we replaced Antonio Doyle because he entered the portal right before signing day. So you got to go get somebody to replace him. There's some talent still out there available. They're gonna do their homework and go get a replacement.
It's too much talent out there. So many people. So many people in that portal.
Yep. But yeah, man, I think that's going to be the other side of it. Don't be shocked if you see another quarterback added. Some more athletes. You always can grab wide receivers, stuff like that. Maybe
I was thinking about another quarterback being added, but I was like, man, y'all probably filled up to the brim with all the quarterbacks y'all have right now.
Well, I mean, you look at another. If you're going to add another quarterback, you probably add another high school quarterback, just for the sake of development and setting your floor or whatever. I don't see that being a bad thing, but that's my opinion. I mean, I thought we hit the ball out of the park with DBs, man. I mean, all we have to do is it has to come together. We just got to come together and mesh. I think we got a really good core with the guys that were starters in game reps. Getting back one of the biggest signings that we got was Robert McDaniel from Alcorn. He's HBCU All-American. You bring in that and you add him to that room, it definitely helps shore up our back end. Getting BJ Washington back, getting K5 back from injury. Yeah, man. And you add him to what we already have in the room with the Sayers, K. Cali, Petty, and all the young guys, along with all the guys that's now in the room. You talking about 12 DBs now, you know. So
okay.
then you add so linebacker is the room that you really got to shore up even more so. And I think we got a line. We do have a linebacker that's not, that's been committed, and I think there's going to be added, just like Antonio Gayton was committed last year, but they'll make it this year. I think you'll see the same with one of the linebackers that's coming in. But I still would like another couple of portal linebackers. I see Jimmy Holiday hit the portal, Madison Central kid, wide receiver, athlete. I love to have him come on home. He done been all over the place, man. He went to Tennessee and went to Western Kentucky. He grad transfer 1 year eligibility. Come on home, man.
Hey Ken, I will have to. I don't think I'll put another quarterback in the room, man. I let him Mike Vick. But then the Mike Vick potential, man. I mean
you're not gonna pass up on a big time quarterback if you can get.
That's what I'm saying. You got a Mike Vick coming up in that room.
Don't have to be Mike Vick. I'm just saying, if you get another big time quarterback, trust me, they're gonna take him.
Probably will.
Speaking of Mike Vick, UAPB have a Michael Vick of their own and stuff, but I think they got him on the bench right now. They need to let him play.
Is the kid from LSU still with us? Phillip Webb, no. What I'm saying, he's still with us. We still got Anthony Smith, still got Phillip Webb, and then you got the versatility of some of the defensive linemen that we brought in. But you bring in the kid Joshua Nobles from Western Michigan. My point is, you brought him in. Really, he was replacing Josh Clark because that was the only edge rusher I think that we lost. But when Antonio Doyle hits the portal, that opens up a spot. Now you got to go get a replacement for him, and I think they'll address it. I want to see another, big build, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", with some mean and bad intentions coming out the edge. I would like to see that. I'm pretty sure they got somebody out there that they can go grab.
Wait, didn't JSU sign plenty of defensive ends last year? Didn't JSU sign a kid that was 6'6" out of high school?
Yep. Well, 6'4".
6'4", okay.
Yeah, we developing. Still got some development. Malik Murphy transferred to Duke. What the world? Who the hell is Malik Murphy?
That sounds familiar.
Who is Malik Murphy? Is that a quarterback?
Oh, there is a quarterback, Malik Murphy, from Texas. If he transferred to Duke, I'm asking.
Malik Murphy, Malik Murphy from Texas. Okay,
so Duke. I'm asking why.
That's a good pickup for them.
He said, I'm asking why.
I'm asking why. No, I'm not asking.
No, he can walk right in and start in the ACC.
Yeah. No, I know he can start right in so the reason why I'm asking why is not because of him and stuff. No, he's a great quarterback, great arm, great presence in the pocket. When he's on. I'm just asking why'd you go to Duke?
Stop stunting on us, Shannon. Hey man, that's a great. Hey, I need to get on your level, bro. We need to do a Christmas holiday vacation joint, man.
You went to Ohio State, if you ask me.
Nah, he wasn't gonna go to Ohio State. They gonna pull in who going to Cam Ward probably gonna go to Ohio State, in my opinion.
I mean, the way they speaking, the way they was talking on some of their podcasts, Cam Ward want too much money or this and that, but we'll see. Also, Ohio State is great. Ohio State is known for producing black quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, they got the talent, man. They really do.
Yeah. They just signed a 4-star black quarterback and stuff. I said in the saga continues.
They signed Aaron Nolan.
Yeah.
Hey Ken,
Yeah.
and Nicholas, I think you asked the question, Nick. Right now, I'm running through all the signees and the current players that I know that we have on the team right now. I don't see them missing. I don't add to the linebacker room. That's all I can see right now. And then
Linebacker and edge. That's what I said. Linebacker and edge rusher.
and get a little more depth. I mean, we have some really good edge rushers, and we have some some edge rushers there that can come in and spread those guys too.
Yep.
So yeah.
If we were adding a few extra pieces, that would be the only place I would say. I mean, if you can get something that's a home run hit, then you grab it no matter what position. Man, we loaded at wide receiver, loaded at running back,
and DBs, man. Now corners, yes.
I'm satisfied with corners just from a number of players standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then you look at injuries, attrition. You look at that, and look at what happened with us. Where you get a player that goes down, and you have the depth. But my point is, that's why I say linebacker, and yes, Phillip Webb's still there. Yeah, he's still there. Absolutely, he definitely is. Yeah.
Only thing that I really see left, Nicholas, would be that blender, that mixer. You gotta mix that thing up and put all the pieces together, put all the ingredients together, and make it work.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this right here. I see what they doing over there in Florida, but I gotta be honest with y'all. Probably the signing of signings in this offseason was Rico Dozier signing with Alabama State. I really wanted Rico Dozier, man, from UAPB. Putting him next to Colton Adams, and that was a really big pickup for Alabama State. That I'm telling you, that's gonna bode to be very huge, man. Because now you got speed and power at linebacker, and that's gonna help them in that regard. Very beatable still, in my opinion. I mean, but I'm talking about, I really wanted the kid to come to Jackson, and I was hoping that we could have got him, because that would have been we'd have got Dozier, it would have been on and popping. Me being a linebacker, former linebacker, and just lover of linebackers, that's the one I want. So Georgia Tech, Ashton Hefflin hit the portal. Let's go get him. Let's go get him.
I mean, when you speak on it, Kim, I think of Dozier, and I agree with you. But he ain't someone that just crossed my mind all the time. But he probably was top 3 as far as the conference is concerned. So when you mention it, then yes, putting it with Alabama State,
it's where he went. It's the fit.
It's gonna make it a little tough. But I was saying all that to say, I'm betting on our line, bro.
Oh, no. Without question. This is what I'm saying.
You can't.
Well, even before the line, though, this is just my take.
Yeah.
My take was Robert McDaniel. I stand on that. Robert McDaniel, the offensive line, the reconstruction is a thing of beauty. I'm not taking anything away from that, because that's a collection. You see what I'm saying? The O-line addressing was like multiple players that equated into this big, massive haul. But I'm talking about just one player that tilts the scale in a sense. You see what I'm saying? For a particular room. Who's that one player on the O-line that just tilts the scale? Because I think it's several. But when we talk about the one player in the this is my opinion, the one player in the DB room that I thought the Robert McDaniel pick up, just because of the production of him playing in the conference and seeing what he's done at safety and kind of knowing how we're going to use him. I thought he was a great pickup for what we need in speed, toughness, adds to that. He basically replaces Hazel. I mentioned Dozier just because, like I said, I already felt like they were healthy at linebacker. If Adam State put and then hit the portal. But then you add 120 tackles right next to that guy. Hey man, that's to be acknowledged. You know, you can acknowledge that. That's all I was.
You know who's standing out to me right now, and I don't. It been crossing my mind all day. I don't want to use the word sleeper, but Mr. Rough Rider. It's just something that keeps.
Okay, Brandon Mitchell.
Yes, sir. I don't. You know,
athlete, man.
Huh?
He's an athlete, bro. Lightning, explosion.
And I think it was because you know what I'm saying, his interview, I couldn't take nothing strongly away from it because everything flowed so well. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get it one way or the other. Dog, maybe, I don't know. It just was kind of, but then after watching, yeah, that guy's fast, man.
January 2nd. Portal closed January 2nd. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm done. I mean, I'm done.
So I do have a question. What is the height on what is the average height on the DBs for JSU?
6'2".
Right. Okay, good.
Average height 6'2".
They tall, man.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. That's
how tall is Chisholm? Chisholm.
Who?
Is it Chisholm? KJ?
I think KJ 6'1". KJ Chisholm 6'1".
Hey, what about did the day kid sign the safety?
Oh, KJ Chisholm is 5'10". I'm sorry.
5'10".
Yep.
Oh,
who are you talking about?
But the safety. From Belma, Dredford came in from JUCO. Charleston Day. What is his name? Yeah.
PWO.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Okay.
Carson Day. That's what it is. Yeah, you had I think the tallest of them all was Sadiq Thompson. Sadiq Thompson is a tall man. He's a that kid is
Mr. Miles for himself.
three.
What about the young man? Was he from Northwestern?
Oh yeah, both of them.
I was talking about the corner, the safety.
Northwestern State, we had two players. They both would be in. It was just a delay on paperwork. I'm assuming. I don't know. I didn't see them listed on signing day, but they definitely will be there, from what I was told.
Yeah. So I guess what's his name? I always say his name wrong, but Ja'Cory Barnes. I guess he's not signing with JSU. The running back I told you about. Or he just gonna wait?
That's a good question. I don't.
Because he verbally committed.
Yeah, but the signing day kind of told us what. Yeah, I had to follow up, man. That's I hadn't seen anything about that since like April. You know what I mean? It's been a minute from Viger. I know what you're talking about now. It took me a minute to another running back, but we deep, man. At running back, gonna be hard. Got to be a dog in that room, man. Ask Erd, they'll tell you. Got to be a dog in that room, bro.
Oh no, I see how they ran it.
McCray, former teammate.
Oh, you talking about Devin Lafayette?
Lafayette, yeah. What do you play?
Safety linebacker.
Oh, you safety and linebacker. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing and stuff. Isn't Jalen Hughes gone?
No, Jalen Hughes still with us.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Jalen Hughes still there. Yeah, Jalen K5. We didn't lose nothing to the portal. We just lost Well, Chris Gonzalez is hanging up his cleats to O lineman. He done. Roa just got an offer from Valley. Josiah Roa, offensive lineman. Evan Henry still doesn't look like he's gonna return. I mean, he could change his mind to come back. If I was him, I'd come back. I'd love to have Evan back, man. Starting center.
Nobody hadn't picked him up yet.
I mean, he got some offers. Like last I looked, he had 3 offers. I mean, I hadn't looked at his page recently, but Alcorn, Alabama State, Austin P is what I've seen out there.
Alcorn, Alabama State. I would say I see him either going to Alabama State or Austin P, or who knows, he might have another offer that we don't know about yet. He go there. I don't know.
Why would you go to a SWAC school when you could have just stayed and started?
Because I get everybody's mind frame.
I can tell you right now, Evan didn't leave Jack State to go to another SWAC school. Evan was hoping to go to at least he wants to go FBS. I can assure you that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an FBS move. I mean, Austin P, I get it, but like Austin P ain't can't do what we do. And I respect them as a program, but we should be playing on the level of Austin P or more or higher every year. If we're being honest about it, all you got to do is go recruit and develop your players. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not gonna if you're not going FBS or man, just stay where you're at, where you're already loved and appreciated, and you have an established relationship. Unless you just don't like the coach that you play for, and you don't like the situation, then that's a whole different conversation. If you want to see something differently, you can always go to Clarksville. Clarksville, Tennessee, I think is what it is.
Clarksville, Tennessee. Yeah. So I will say this though. Like I seen from Jacoby Morgan, the quarterback. To me, he's gonna be the starter next year, but who knows? Anything can happen. Accuracy is there. I forgot his name, Isaiah Spencer.
Yep.
Him. The only thing that he needs to fix is hands, because it's a lot of times the ball. Oh my good, like he burns people.
Yeah, I think Isaiah Spencer been working since the end, since he finished. I've been watching his Clarksville. There you go. I've been watching him. Man, he been there working, man. Freshman errors, but the upside is tremendous. I think he's gonna take off. You have to leave with it. That's true, Justin. I think that's something that you have to look at. Hunter Burns came back, a long snapper. That kind of that shored up a little bit more depth in that role. Yep.
Can I be? Well, I don't know. I don't know why I know how to be honest.
Go ahead, bro.
Justin. For what Evan looking for, you got to put some more weight on, bro.
Why you say that?
Evan, when he was larger, he was big. He was a bigger guy when he first arrived, and that fared well for him, especially with his attitude. Now, when you playing center, it worked for him because he needed to be quick.
Well, that's why he dropped that weight.
I understand, but bro, you're gonna need some size, especially if you're talking about moving up.
Well, he came from ULM.
You
know, he played bigger at ULM. That's why
he's playing guard.
I understand.
So that has something to do with it. Yeah.
Okay.
My thing is this. All that sounds good. I think you should come back home. Don't stay out there like that, man. Looking for something that, it's like you're out there like this.
Yeah. Because I do feel like this year is going to be, I feel like the coaching staff work on what they need to work on. Really watch film, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the difference, how they actually gonna win in the off season, how they actually gonna win when it comes time to play game. It's gonna be up to the players taking, the initiative.
Yep.
in the off season. And what I mean by that and stuff, if I was Jacoby Morgan, after I would say, all right, we got December, then we got January. I would say towards the end of January, the middle of January, I'll start creating like charts and stuff and start talking to my wide receivers and my tight ends and get with them probably around like, February. Get with them probably around like middle of February and start working on routes and stuff.
He do that now. He do that now. He do that now.
Oh, they do that now. Oh, never mind.
Coben is he definitely they put that work in even after practice. Yeah, he knows what he got to do. He definitely but you're right. You spot on. I thought you was gonna go down. I thought you were gonna say basically the players got to take the lead. Player-led team, man.
Hey Ken, let me address what I want to respond to something. Hey Justin, I don't want to be the girl you take to the prom just because there was no one left. That's all I'll say.
Well, let me say this about that though. Again, that's true. Evan just graduated. He's an alum. And
love the kid now. I mean, I love him.
I understand what he was trying to do. Matter of fact, I actually had this conversation with the coaches, so I'm not even. I understand. I mean, they also understand what he trying to do. But let me tell you like this right here, TD. They ain't waiting.
So, which is my
if this is what I'm saying. If we sign a replacement, then you won't come back. Then at that point, there's no longer a spot. So it ain't like they were sitting back saying we're gonna wait and not recruit the center position in hopes that you return. No, it wasn't that. It was like, hey, love you, bro. We understand. We understand what you're trying to do, but we gonna keep rolling because it ain't no guarantee coming back. But this is what I will say: when you in that type of situation, this is the beauty of the situation. If by chance at the end of it, you don't get what you're looking for and you leave in the right way and you come back and have that conversation. If a coach can make it work, they will have you back. Oh, yeah, they'll have you back. But
yeah, you left in good standings. Yeah.
If they done already replace you, they're gonna be like, well, we ain't got no spot for you. And that's how you end up across the conference. Because it'd be like, damn, I stayed gone too long. Or you come back in the you know what I'm saying?
Yep, but
you come back and try to get in the door and that thing they go.
But who gonna be his replacement?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
We got players on that was recruited into the room that can play the position. They recruited a very versatile offensive line. I could name a player, but I won't because that player ain't committed yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I do have a question. So if they sign another quarterback, who do you have in mind?
What do you mean?
Like, what I mean by like, is it gonna be somebody out of the transfer portal, or is it gonna be like a high school, like a highly touted high school kid like Ethan Terrell?
Yeah, you go get another high school kid. Yeah.
Hey, Nicholas, from my understanding, from a reliable source, when it come down to definitely Jacobian, that's his thing. Of course he get his work, he get his school work, but he go to different camps and he work out a couple times a day. I mean, so he's focused on his craft. In my understanding, he even go to his old high school and still continue to throw in, with some of those guys, even when he's home. So it's a constantly work at his craft. And I mean, we can see it from what we see on the field from him. And I think it's only going to get better, especially with the quarter, getting with the gain of Ethan. Again, we always use this the phrase, the term, iron sharpens iron. And then we still have Zai and other quarterbacks in the room. So yeah, definitely working on this craft to make sure that he's on the same page with him. The thing the thing at hand now that we always talked about that's going to be the game changer. They can't get mad about the plays will be a little more. It will be a little more versatile play. It'll be better play.
Emmett, we did that already. We did show up the kicking and punt position. That's done. And long snapping. We too deep in all those positions. We good. Yeah, I'm not even touching. I'm not even touching that.
Right.
I didn't rant and rave on that too long. I'm gonna leave that alone.
I think
what was it?
The Coach Jacoby and Morgan stuff.
Not
that you said that. I don't even waste no time with that. I ain't doing that no more.
Right. Yeah,
because I was sitting there trying to tell somebody. I'm like, this. My only thing about him was, I said, man, I watched kids that put the ball in harm's way. How liable are you to give the ball to the other team? And he did that at a very, very, very low clip. And the only one time he did it was on a damn offensive offsides on the defense, and they didn't throw the damn flag at UAPB. And everybody and their mama, even the defense, stopped running. He just kind of chucked it, took a shot, and they didn't throw the flag, and the boy intercepted it, and that was that. So that's the only time that he put the ball in harm's way. So in a matter of starting 4 games and a couple of rushing touchdowns in Alabama A&M, in the Alabama State game, he had 16 touchdowns and 1 interception. What we talking about?
How many passing TDs did he have within 4 games?
He had 10 or 9. He had 10, I think.
Whether it's,
I think it was 10.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say whether it was 9 or 10 to have, let's say 10.
It was 10.
To have 10 passing TDs within 4 games, that's actually pretty darn good.
Well, you talking about 3 and a half games.
Hey, Nicholas, did you get a chance to see Jacoby play this season?
Or Jacoby Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah. And for what I've seen from him and stuff, he's there. Like when it comes to completions, like completing the ball, getting in the rhythm is there. The only thing that bothered me, and it wasn't even really about him and stuff, is certain times when the line break down and stuff. Sometimes he wouldn't catch the pressure coming, and he would get sacked, to throw the ball away. Sometimes he wouldn't catch the pressure too quickly.
Hey, thank you for the donation. What's the name? What's your nephew's name? I want to go check him out.
My nephew is a high school quarterback. Arkansas got a call from JSU last week. 10,000 passing yards, 107 TDs, 66 completion in 3 years. I would love to see him sign with JSU.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm just like, man, these kids.
What's his name?
That's why I said, put that name out there, man.
You put that name, that way we can go and look at this right now.
Hey, Rod, do your thing, baby. That's your nephew. What we talking about, dog? What we talking about, man?
Where's the name? Yes, sir.
I don't know. It'd be good to have. It's always. Go ahead.
You're probably gonna put it in the chat, but Nick, what I wanted to say to you about what you just said, it goes back to what Ken said. Jacoby didn't put the ball in harm's way, so a lot of times those sacks that he took in the throwaway that he made, it was more so deserving because if he didn't, it would have been a situation where he fumbled, threw an interception. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So a lot of times we think sacks and throwing the ball out of bounds is bad, but actually, or him putting it down and running it. But if you read, especially some of the views that we had, somebody said, well, why you ain't throw the ball? Well, because you don't see that safety coming over. A lot of times he did. So he just pulled it down and took and got what he could get. So he made, and he's very calm. I don't know if you watched the the Arkansas Pine Bluff game. You want to see?
Oh no, I did.
You want to see some? That was his best passing game to me, and not just because he threw. I think he threw to the tight end 3 times, 3 touchdowns.
4.
But 4. Oh yeah, because he had Hagler too.
Yep.
But the release of the ball, man, to spin on the ball.
I thought he did really well against Alcorn too, though.
Yeah.
He got hurt. But Pine Bluff was definitely his best game.
Because I'm gonna say this. Deep ball accuracy is there to touch on the ball and stuff, especially when he was going to McCray in that game. All that was there. I'm gonna say that if the wide receivers, they get the wide receiver coaching, and they really, and I believe they will learn how to actually release and separate from people, it's gonna be a great year. Yeah. They got the speed too.
And let me say this too. Even in the Alcorn game, it was a situation where they kind of Alcorn had started getting outnumbered a little bit on their line. So, and not saying anything special on this end, but I looked at Ken and them and I say, hey man, we need to roll him out. We need to roll him out because he needed to get to where he could look down the field and throw the ball. In the very next play, they rolled him out to the left, and there that touchdown was. So they're going to go back to play calling, which I'm not getting into that, Ken. I just made the statement, bro.
I don't care about that, man. That's
so that's the thing with that.
Yeah, I don't. It's all. I flushed it, man. We got a lot of talent in the room. Coaches got it. They're gonna go get them in shape, get them in the best strength and conditioning that they can get them in. I mean, we'll see what happens when we go to war against ULM. I ain't really so much as worried about anybody right now other than ULM. I'm not worried, but that's why I'm keeping a real close eye on what they do and what they're doing, because that's the team I want to beat.
Again, look at ULM. How I see. I wasn't gonna say anything about it no more, City, but since you brought it up.
I don't even. That don't even matter no more, because you're gonna have a new wide receiver coach. You got new wide receivers in the room. Everything is changing, so we don't know what the rotations are gonna look like. Like I told you, what you did in 2023 don't even matter no more. Not even Jacoby. Don't matter. You got to go put that work in, and you got to go earn your keep. You gotta kill. You gotta eat what you kill.
Yeah, I just was addressing his question, but you're right.
Oh, I know what you mean. No. I was talking about the that right there. That's a good one. But I'm saying even with that, I'm not being dismissive. I'm saying that's gonna change because we got more bodies in the room now. Richard Mays in the room now. Janalen Dupree in the room now. Travis Terrell, Boykin. Shucks, Brandon Miller. We got a lot of kids in the room that I know I'm missing somebody at the wide receiver room. Who the hell am I missing?
Miller, Kendall, Mike.
Well, no, I was just talking about that was added to the room. Not
that was added.
Okay. Yeah, that was from this class. I felt like it was another wide receiver I missed. But Janalen Dupree and Richard Mays, adding them to the room, I think, really helps a lot. Arkansas top 23 quarterbacks on 247 had 2 unsigned players. But I just think that you go in, you put the work in. You go in, you put the work in. You go in, you put the work in. You establish a running game. I want to establish the run, man. I want that 5-6 yards of rush, man. That's what I want. Because I believe you get everything that you want. KJ Chisholm is probably going to be a DB. That's the way we listed him as.
Along with what Brandon, they're going to put him at DB too, right?
Miracle Sports coach changed it. He made the change. Hey, CEA, we're gonna I could pick y'all whole signing class apart, but I ain't gonna do that. But I'm gonna let y'all have y'all moment.
Class.
You need to go, fam. You can go talk to them other schools, bro. Because y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, if you think it's gonna be easy seeing 19, you out your damn mind. We ain't. I'm telling y'all, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not saying nothing. All y'all just recruited was potential. There's only one person that y'all signed in y'all entire class that had any type of production. That was the quarterback, the 5'10" quarterback that was from FIU.
Wait, he 5'10"?
5'10".
I thought he was tall.
No, he built like Lindsey Scott.
Shit, the way he throw the damn ball and stuff, I thought he was tall and stuff. Cause
the way he threw the ball in the film, that don't mean nothing when it comes to next year. You still got to go. You got to go learn the system. You got to mesh. You got to get your timing down with your folk. All them receivers, ain't none of them folk played, man. The offensive lineman y'all just recruited didn't get no burn. The 5-star kid, third string, 2 years on in the program, ain't played. The running back solid. I ain't knocking the kids. I'm just telling you, y'all can't sit there and just you want to crown them because of that. No, the kids that I'm more concerned about are the ones that have been the program producing already. Now, I'm not saying they don't have good talent and good potential. I'm reserving not to say that, but if you leave me no choice but to say it. If you're gonna sit there and act like it's gonna get ugly in 20, man, it's still 2023. How you gonna speak for what's gonna happen October 19, 2024? And y'all got 6 games before y'all play us.
Wait a sec. Isn't the my apology, stumbling on my words. Isn't the FCS going to 12 games now? It ain't.
Yeah, we had 12 games. No, it'll be 12 games just next year, 2024, 2025. After that, we go back to 11.
Why do they want to go back to 11? That makes no sense.
Because when we really want to be serious about it, all of the stars and all that stuff was basically overhyped. So y'all tag. I can tell y'all what y'all doing, and I ain't got no problem with it. I actually like it. I like the hype. I like the let me go and find all the high school ratings. But your high school ratings don't matter if you've been in college for 2 years and you ain't produced nothing. They could be something, but we don't know. It's all potential. It's all potential.
But we are working with potential. It's a situation where I think it's going to making great conversation for our season to see what's going to happen. We know we bringing in the room and the potential that's coming in the room for JSU, and they just coming off a celebration win.
You lose the bulk of your roster when you lose a bulk of the producers, TD, and you bring in a lot of potential. That's different than you having the majority of your roster returning and you're adding pieces. That's what they did last year. You see what I'm saying? So my point was the 9-2 team that they added some pieces and they wound up winning. Now you got a ton of seniors that leave out the room. Yes, you go recruit the portal. Yes, you go find all these replacements. But when you start bringing in that many replacements, all I said was it has to mesh.
Okay, well, let me push back a little then. We lost a lot of players. We already been through that story enough times.
So we talking about 2023 for Jack State. Ain't nobody went through that. Go ahead. So we lost 60 plus players, bro. Ain't nobody got no example of that. Nobody. Well, nobody went through what we went through.
Okay, kind of the same playing field. Like you said, they lost a lot of their seniors. They got players coming in.
You telling them, stop, bro. You telling me that what we went through in 2023 is the same playing field for who?
Now you won't let me finish say what I'm trying to say. It's not
the same playing field. I'm stopping you there before you can go any further with it. There ain't no same playing field. When you lose 65 players, who is that same playing field for?
I didn't say it was the same playing field, Ken. What I'm saying is they losing the bulk of their players. They're losing seniors and stuff. So they got to kind of start from scratch. All right. What I'm saying is look at what we lost, and we still had a pretty good season, and we was 2 games. In 2 of those games, we should have won.
Nothing that we had last year came from the previous season other than maybe a handful of players. Go through the roster. Just go through the roster. What I'm saying is that I'm not saying they're losing the bulk. I'm saying they're losing a lot of the players that were producing for them. They still had a ton of talent that's on their roster. That's all I was trying to say. So all I'm saying is nobody went through what we went through. I'm not putting anybody. I'm put Jack State over there for 2024. You show me a squad that lost the majority of their team, and we have that many players that come in the room, and it was. I'm lucky. We actually did what we did. That's that we docked our head off to the coaches. I ain't making no excuses. It is what it is. All I'm saying is, when you look at the 2022 squad, the quarterback return, our majority of their playmakers pretty much came back, and they just plugged a few pieces in. That's why you get a bunch of seniors in there that's already playing. So you look at the ones who actually were stars for them. Musa was the offensive player of the year. He was on the roster last year. Isaiah Major, defensive player of the year. He was on a roster last year. That's all I'm trying to say. It was continuity there. But my point is, it's a crapshoot now because you got to change the quarterback. You change all your receivers. They may be world beaters. Hell, they might beat Troy for all I know. We don't know. We don't know. They can give Miami a run for their money. We don't know. I don't know. The point I'm making is that I think 2024 going to be a little different than 2023. That's just my assessment. I could be wrong. You could be 100% right. EA could be right. Don't really matter.
I'm not saying either or, Ken. What I'm saying is I agree with what you're saying of what we lost. I understand and for a coach and the staff to do what they did to have a winning season the way that it was awesome. Awesome. But the same thing, with any other team, they bringing in, so they're not losing nearly what we lost. So they just adding again to their room. So with what we did, what we lost, and then adding to what they got, I mean, everybody got potential. That's the only thing I'm saying. And, and that's how we work. That's how
I'm addressing. I'm not. Me and you on the same page, bro.
Right. Okay.
What I'm saying is, I was addressing EA for his comment, bro, and you chimed in and said that it's basically all potential. I get all of that. That's not what, and we're not disagreeing. I'm moving on from it. I was addressing EA because I'm telling him, don't come in here talking about some it's gonna get ugly on 10, 19, 24 when you don't even know. And I said, I could literally pick your roster apart that you signed because it's all potential. Because that's why I'm saying the kid from Colin, wide receiver, he produced at the JUCO level. Montre Edwards from Provine. There was a kid we wanted, 3-star kid, Provine. Everybody else been on the roster and ain't been really doing nothing. But if I say that, it sounds like I'm hating, so I don't say nothing. All I said was they doing their thing. I'm going to give them their flowers. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all kicking ass and recruiting. All good. They going to be good.
They got an athlete from Provine?
Yep, Montre Edwards. Defensive lineman from Provine. I think it's Provine. Is Montre from Provine or Callaway? I want to say from Provine. He went to Colin, 3-star kid. I know we wanted him out of high school, but he wound up going to Colin, and he wound up committing to him. But that happens all the time. You get kids that want to just leave. They want to leave Mississippi. You get a chance to go to Florida. Cool, whatever. It is what it is. All I'm doing is I'm going at EA, not you.
Oh no.
We good. I'm just saying, and I ain't gonna mute him. I'm not muting him. EA part of the annoyance of the chat. It's all right. But I'm telling him, don't come in here with that old we gonna whoop y'all and all that old type stuff. And you don't know what y'all gonna do. And then y'all gotta play us game 7, brother. So I'm just telling you this ain't the first game of the season where don't nobody know what they got. By the time we get to October, everybody, it ain't gonna be no excuses then. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. I ain't saying nothing. Nobody gets a pass going into 2024. Everybody got to earn their keep. That's all I'm saying. And you're right. It's all potential, bro. It's all potential. That's why I said, you know why I said it this way? Because how many times have we come on here and been like, oh, man, this going to be da-da-da-da. And we slam this hard fist and we like, rah-rah-rah. we barking like, and then next thing you know, it's arf. You know where I'm going with that. I'm going to just leave that alone. So I don't want to get in no trouble. I want to get in no trouble.
A big dog.
That's what I'm saying. You and then you get it, arf. What was that? Coming to America, bark like a dog. Ow, a big dog. Oh, Hop on 1 foot. Oh,
I'm looking at them right now. Stuff. It looked like they was able to get a running back from Statesboro, Georgia, to flip from Florida State and go to them and stuff. I don't know if this is true.
The kid from Georgia is good though.
Rodney Hill.
Yeah, Rodney Hill good.
Yeah, right.
He good.
Like I said, Statesboro.
He good.
Everyone I said.
Now I say that he ain't played that much, but he's still good. The offensive lineman, I want to say a center, 4-star kid, 247, 3-star. Now somebody say, well, you know all this stuff. I know I follow everybody's recruiting class, not just them. I'm just saying, I only talked about that because anyway, they was highlighted pretty heavily. And I told y'all that was what was gonna happen. I said they was playing, everybody else was recruiting because our season was over. And then now that the season's over, they just going and gleaning the field right now, doing what they got to do. And they did what's best for them. You know, you lose your tight end, you go get another tight end. The tight end from Clemson didn't really play much, but he's still a 3-star kid, got potential, like TD said.
Yeah.
You go get the quarterback. Now, the quarterback, if the quarterback is better than Musa, which I think Musa was solid, but he put them in trouble a lot. He missed he was good enough to win it. Let me say it that way. Did they get better at quarterback? That's going to be I think that's a better debate. And I would love to see the conversation amongst the others, not on here, but I would just love, just from a football standpoint, understanding what we have in the conference is you have to keep up with what Bethune-Cookman is doing. You have to keep up with what FAMU is doing, Alabama State. Let's talk about Alabama State for a minute. They had good quarterback play before the year was over with. They recruited well. 3-star running back, just like we did. They got a quarterback, 3-star quarterback out of high school, just like we did. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not keeping up with what they got going on, they recruited pretty well at Alabama State. Alabama A&M got a quarterback transfer from Miami of Ohio, 3-star kid. They picked up Duke Miller. They picked up some defensive players. You know, they picked up the big 6'8" kid out of Alabama. I think he's from Alabama. Or where's he from? Georgia, Alabama? I think it's Georgia. The big old offensive lineman there's a quarterback, the 6'8" kid, they got him. So my point is, Valley did well. You got Harold Blood with several starts at Valley. Valley can really legitimately beat a couple of teams if they sneak up on them and you take them for granted. You know what I'm saying? So the East ain't gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be no days off in the East, in my opinion. Now the West.
Go.
No, I was gonna say the West. We got 2 teams we play that's not I like y'all chill out in the chat. I'm actually bringing them up. It's not them. I'm bringing them up through conversation, so it's okay. In the West, we got Southern. We return Southern at home. I think if we play Grambling, I think we play Grambling. We go to Grambling. Those are 2 they're not gonna count on our. I don't think those are SWAC games. So you flip the schedule from last year. We go to Texas Southern. That's a SWAC game. We go to Alcorn. That's a SWAC game. And UAPB come to us for homecoming. Those are our 3 West opponents. And then you pick up a Southern Grambling. Those not going to count in the standings, whether we win or lose. But I think the strength of the conference is going to be on the East side, just from the sake of looking at recruiting, period. So it can still come down to who wins that game October 19th. I just like the fact that it's at home and it's in the middle of the season and it's not early on the road. That's all. I love that. I love that.
I mean, what happens to those 2 good running backs Grambling had? Washington, and they had another.
Florida
just committed to San Jose State.
Who did?
Wait, who committed to San Jose State?
Chalk just committed to San Jose State, and I want to say one of the other running backs just committed too.
Both of them went to San Jose State?
No. Chance Williams just hit the portal. So number 2, I think he was number 2, but I think Chance Williams hit the portal. Chalk just signed with San Jose State. Yep, they signed with. If there's somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong.
Those guys, they had some good running backs.
They have good running backs, man. And then too, they just got their coach, so you can see them maybe hit the. So if they should try to do like what the school we just got finished talking about, do go hit that portal heavy. You got a new coach come in. I don't think they've signed anybody just yet. I could be wrong, but from the early signing period, they still got national signing day. Don't get me wrong. You still got all of January, February, March, April, May to sign players, but you get ugly, man, if you don't get in, you know what I mean? Like, the beauty of being late to the party in this type of instance is if there's some players that portal and the other teams run out of scholarships, TD, then you get the kind of the pick of the litter, in my opinion. So we're gonna see. I don't know what Southern and Grambling is really doing. I've been really watching the East because for us, in order to win the SWAC, you got to win the East first and foremost. So I've been watching ULM. I've been watching the East side of the conference, and then if something jump out to me, I pay attention to it. But like I said, we on the same page. All I was just trying to say was that, it's all.
You want that ULM game? That left a bad taste.
I'm hard pressed on that one, bro. Ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I have watched ULM more than I watched anybody, including FAMU, Alabama State. I have watched every single commit because I'm really trying to watch how they build a team. That's the nerd in me coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that type of stuff. But I'm telling you, like, the bulk of who they signed were all Mississippi JUCO kids. So we can run up against the defense. I can name 3 players right now that we're going to run up against that we all recruited. Remember the young man that was from Colin that was sitting that I interviewed in Tiger Talk the last time I was there?
Yeah.
His name. He committed to them.
Oh, okay.
So he committed to ULM. The other kid that was supposed to come from Colin that didn't come, he committed to ULM. The kid Billy Pullen committed to ULM. The defensive end, the white defensive end that we really wanted from Colin, all of them committed to ULM. So they got a whole defense full of nothing but JUCO players. So you can basically see, like, I guess you could say an all-star team from a JUCO standpoint that we're going to go up against. I got chances. Now, I don't know what they do on offense because let's say it like this right here. If they can't score, hey, I like our chances, bro. You go up in there with a big offensive line, you develop them, you go in there ready to play. Hey, I like our chances. But for all we know, hell, they could be world beaters. That's what Texas State did last year, and you saw how that went. But I absolutely think we got better than what we were last year, anyway. So, but again, we never can tell. We gotta wait and see. It lies their pockets just a little bit too. Lines their pockets just a little bit. What's the status of Irv? Irv good. Grambling coach said the team will be 85% high school, 15% portal. I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I hope he got a guaranteed contract because I can tell you that's a recipe. I hope when he say that he asked them to allow him to develop his team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you that right now. That is a recipe for long-term success, but not in the short term when you're already behind the 8 ball.
But the problem with that, King, goes back to our previous conversation. You get to losing, you go that route and you get to losing, and then those players get to opting out. You gonna ever get your program where you want?
Nope. James, the reason, so they got a new coach, James. They hired the the offensive coordinator from New Mexico? Yeah, I think that's who it was. They had a really good recruiting weekend. Looked like they brought a lot of kids in, and they got a lot of commits from that. And all they're doing is selling the program on a new idea. It's all sound good when it's a new coach, and you don't know what's going to happen. Bobby
record last year?
Huh?
What was ULM record last year? Well, I'm looking it up anyway.
Oh, they was terrible.
Like 4 games.
Yeah, they would. Coach Bowden was still there, and they weren't very good.
I wouldn't even be trying to go there.
I was hoping they were still there.
And Nicholas, not sure if you're aware, I think they beat us 7-12 and 21.
Man, TD.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
We
I'm telling y'all right now, if we wouldn't have fumbled that ball on that kick return, we was gonna score. I know
if they wouldn't have kicked James Houston out of that game, it would have got ugly. It would have got ugly real quick for their quarterback.
But even with that, you saw how we kept going back and forth. They stop us, we stopped them, they stop us, and then
I watched the whole game.
Nugget returned it. He returned it to the 50-yard line, bro. I was like, "Oh, we gonna score," and we fumbled the ball, bro. With 2.5 minutes to go, Shador was gonna score, man. I felt like the pressure was gonna be on, and we would have got that ball from the 50. Shoot, I had ain't no doubt in my mind, unless they would have threw the flag on us and whooped us with the flag and kept.
They was already doing that, man. We had about 10, 15 yarders, bro.
Yeah.
They kept putting that kicker though, kicking 85 yards. I'm gonna keep nigga, that dude kicking that those field goal from the other side of the field, man.
Damn, boy, that game got me, man. I wanted him to miss one of them at least, TD, so we can get close enough to try to get a kickoff, man.
Right.
But boy, that game hurt me, bro. I was like, oh, we should have had that, man.
Yeah.
Then we end up with what, 3 or 4 of their players.
We got K5, we got Zach Bro, we got Evan Henry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a corner or safety didn't well, Calligan.
Oh, K Cali. Yeah, we got K Cali over there. Yep, sure did. Yeah, man. Yep. I like it though, but I think I'm only saying it because I that's how I keep up with it, man. I just pay attention to what they do. I'm gonna be watching them very closely because that's our first game. I'm not worried about them other schools, man, right now. We got I think we play Lane this year. Probably be the first home game from what I'm, from what I think I heard, but what I know rather. But anyway, ULM first. ULM first off the rip.
I want to know did the person put his nephew name in this chat? That way we can look him up.
That boy seems like a quarterback. hey, when they go back and find that dude, see.
Yeah, I'm just saying he the one who put the stats and everything up.
Right, you're right.
Looking at him.
I don't remember.
Hey, come on up, brother C. Lee. Hey, you ain't gotta actually come on up anytime. Heck yeah, we have you up. Love to have you up, big bro. Oh man, it's cool, man. I just I'm excited though, man. I'm excited, but this is what I will say. I'm cautiously excited. Not cautious as in careful. It's just that I'm excited and I'm controlled excitement.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic about what we can do, but I ain't just overly just losing my mind about it either though, because we have to we gotta go get it done. We gotta go get it done. Period. Point blank.
Rob 870. Did you put the young man's name in the chat? I don't see it. That's who you was talking about, Nick. His name is Rod 870.
Rod 870.
Oh, Rod. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
I want to know if Demetrius Davis gonna leave Alabama State. And what hurt me about Demetrius Davis was the first game he played, he looked like Michael Vick. He looked like Vick. I feel like the system, like everybody's so quick to switch him to a running back and this and that stuff. That's the easy thing to do. But I still have belief that he can play quarterback, just not at Alabama State. I wouldn't mind him restarting over and going to, people can get mad at me, but Texas Southern.
They don't have a coach.
Hey man, speaking of, what y'all doing over there in Houston, man?
Yeah,
superstar.
But I'm glad y'all mentioned Texas Southern.
They got three.
I saw a poll on IG that asked a question. They put up three coaches: Fred McNair, Ed Reed, Andre Johnson. And it was like, which one is the best option? I was like, there's only one coach on the photo. Everybody else is like, we go to word again, potential. Oh, he said his name. That's his name, Achilles Ringo. Interesting name. Wow. But so Andre Johnson, wide receiver for the Texans. Is he coaching anywhere? Ed Reed ain't even in that discussion, in my opinion. I think folks just saw that damn tweet of him say, "Hey, Tech Southern, can we talk?" And I thought they just kind of.
I'll try him out as defensive coordinator.
He don't want to do that.
He don't want to do, of course.
No, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. The obvious choice is Fred McNair. You know, we love to have. I take Fred on the staff. I know he tried to come over there and coach on the staff, but you know what I'm saying. Instead of sitting at home for the year, come on, just come be our special teams coach for a year, and then jump on back out there.
Oh, you talking about Fred McNair?
Yeah, I doubt if he. All folks looking at is the golden jacket with Reed, but again, there's just so much that goes into that. I'm pretty sure he can. Is it going to help recruiting? Possibly.
I mean, yeah. I feel like it will help recruiting if they recruit not recruit, but they sign Ed Reed. It'll help recruiting, in my opinion.
But Fred McNair can recruit it very well too.
That's true.
You get if that man can recruit to come to Lorman, Mississippi. You don't think he can recruit to Houston? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I guess because Ed Reed, it's what's behind the name, and kids. I'll say between 26, because there is older people in college and stuff, but between 26 to probably around like 22, grew up watching Ed Reed.
I'm a big fan of Ed Reed, the football player, but I know how to separate the two. You know what I mean? If he becomes a coach somewhere, I think that's the only thing that's going to make people not think about what the rant. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to give him an opportunity. But they make a great point. If his friend was on there, saying what they were saying, why he won't hire? But if he wants to just be a head coach and he say, well, my thought process was this: when you got a known, proven winner, it's kind of hard to just take some experimental coaches and put them in front of them. That's kind of dangerous, in my opinion. Not necessarily dangerous, but it just says that we're going with a celebrity and a name over a proven winner. That's a tough decision. Yet and still, I'll say this: if you make that decision and you lose, you're gonna look like an idiot.
Yeah.
But if it works, you look like a genius.
Yeah, but I mean, life is about gamble, though, Mr. Clark.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I will. You gotta.
But it's also, but you can. It's a gamble to hire Fred McNair, but he also he's a proven track record. But at the same time,
yeah,
it's like you want to go for the sure thing. So it's like this right here. Somebody said, if I could give you, they said, I saw it. It was a post that said, would you take 100,000 now, TD, or would you flip a coin for $1 million? It's a damn good question. You on mute?
It depends on how broke I am. If I'm getting it out the mud, give me that guarantee.
I already knew you were gonna say that, dog. That's a good point, though, dog. Hey, if it's me, I'm flipping that coin, man. I thought the best comment was, look, man, if I'm getting it out the mud, I'm getting it out the mud anyway. I can't miss what I ain't never had.
But man, no. Hey, it's just no, sir. You talking about some for sure for some more? No, sir.
Hey, dog, you ain't gonna flip that coin?
No, sir. No, sir. Hey,
so what he's saying is, brother Nick, he going with the for sure thing over the risk. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
I'm just saying, you flip a coin. Look, I say heads, and that thing land on heads. I'm a million strong, baby.
I'm not a gambler, so you know what I'm saying.
Like so me. The only reason
Justin said that $100K, man, ain't nothing guaranteed. Hey, 3 Emmett, I see you. Emmett. Yeah, man,
but even the Rod Reed is not a better candidate based off resume. I know he's from Marshall, Texas, but Fred McNair got a better resume. And I don't think they're going that route. So
Ken and Nicholas, I got a report for you. That Achilles Ringo, a version of Jacobian. He may not be as fast, but the build, the throwing resembles Jacobian.
Can you spell his name for me? That way I can look him up right now.
ACHILL IES RINGO. Did I peg him, Ken?
I got to check out his highlights, but
yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
Actually, he's got the same build as Ethan Terrell. Actually, same height.
He a big, he a big guy. He's like, what's up? What's up, Mr. Seeley?
Brother Seeley, what's happening, baby?
What's up? How y'all doing?
All right, bro.
Got it, man. You got it, man. Welcome to the stream, brother. Appreciate it.
Look, I've been watching the recordings. I haven't been watching the stream, and I want to ask some questions. And I promise these are real questions. These are not rhetorical questions. So let me ask you. From start with TD, then I'm gonna go to you, Ken. TD, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever awakened one morning, got up and said, "You know what I want to do today? I want to go to ONG Strike Zone and hang out." Have you ever done that?
No, I only heard. No, sorry, I only heard the name a few times, so no.
Okay, Ken, have you ever awakened on Pacific time, 2 hours ahead of us, and said, "I want to go and hang out at ONG Strike Zone"?
No, I haven't. I think what we do is a little bit more entertaining to hang out with than.
And again, I'm not being rhetorical. I'm a language guy. You and TD know I make my money. I make my living with words. My house paid by words. Everything I got paid by words. And what I'm trying to get people to explain to me, in the HBCU sports and culture space, you have two types of platforms. You have platforms that cater to all HBCUs, and you have platforms that cater to specific schools. If I was a person who wanted to hang out with other HBCUs, wouldn't it be more logical for me to go to the platforms that are equally covering all HBCUs? Like, wouldn't that be a logical frame? I'm asking. I'm not.
That's logical. That's a logical thought process.
And so I just wonder how people claim to love their school, think their school is all of that. Yet, like LeBron said, not once, not twice, not three, not four, not five. They are at KC-1400 Media Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And they want to discuss their school on a Jackson State platform. And then people think I'm crazy for not understanding it.
I mentioned them though. I have mentioned them, and maybe I'm.
No, you did. That's the thing. See, you being gracious. You only mention them when they came in the chat mentioning their own school. And I just don't understand for the life of me. Now, the thing about it is, I'm asking a question, but here's the problem. And this is the good thing, though. I actually can't see them anymore because, YouTube got this wonderful thing that, you can block people in the chat. So I actually can't see those stray dogs anymore because I got them all blocked in the chat. The only time I actually see them or know they're here is like if you mention them or you put them on the screen. But I'm just trying to understand. Like I have no desire to go to any other school's platform but Jackson State. Like I don't feel like I'm missing anything if I don't go to their platform.
Maybe they think we the cool people.
But TD, okay, TD, here's the thing, TD. If they think that, why do they run here talking about their school? What I'm saying is it speaks of some of the most illogical behavior that I've ever seen in my life, that they on Twitter running us down. And I hear this because I'm not on social media. So they on Twitter running us down. They on Instagram running us down. They on TikTok running us down. But they got their booties here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what that smacks of, TD. I'm gonna tell you what this smacks of. It smacks of, I'm gonna be vulnerable. Can I get vulnerable with y'all right now? Let me get vulnerable right now. TD, do you know the only time I've ever gotten my heart broken? Let me tell you the one time I got my heart broken. You know when I got my heart broken? When it was a girl that I was acting like I didn't like. I was acting like I was too cool to like her. And then behind all my friends' backs, I was tipping down there trying to holler. They are acting, that's how they act. They act like in public they can't stand us. Yet every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, they tipping down here to get that good. And I just, like, it doesn't make any sense. And here's the thing. And then they treat me like I'm crazy because all I want to do is come on this platform and love on and be loved on by Jackson State people. Now, if love in Jackson State is wrong, I don't want to be right. And if wanting to keep all this good to myself, I don't want to be right. But if what they have is supposedly so great, you mean to tell me, look, let me give you an example. And it's not just one school, it's two schools in particular. Here's what got me, T. Let me ask you a question, TD and Ken. Let me ask you another question. Let's say Jackson State played an overtime game. And we pull out an overtime game on Saturday, right? If Jackson State pull out an overtime game, are you gonna go to the Jackson State post reaction, or you gonna go to another school's post reaction?
I mean that's a no-brainer.
Southern had an overtime victory. And the minute y'all came on, the Jaguar was in our chat instead of being at the post reaction itself.
But you think maybe they see, they know the standard of Jackson State, and
I'm gonna tell you,
more like a big brother. And
I think what it is we do good work. You know what I'm saying? It's enjoyable, and it's entertaining. We have intelligent conversation. Even though it's a Jack State platform, we bring up stuff that don't have nothing to do with Jack State sometimes. Sometimes we mention them, but I don't tell nobody what to do, what to watch, how they choose to spend their time, and I'm cool with it. As long as there ain't no disruption, we good.
And see, that's what gets me. They know. See, y'all, you and TD, Ken, y'all gonna get in heaven. Ain't no help for me. I know I ain't getting in. Like, I understand that. And they know y'all getting in. So what they do is there's if you've ever seen this play called Streetcar Named Desire, there's a Streetcar Named Desire. There's a lady in the play, and she says the favorite line from that play is she says, "I get by taking advantage of the kindness of others." And because, okay, it's okay you want to come in and look, but I'm gonna be honest now, Kim. I'm being straight up. I would never go to ONG Strike Zone and post something about Jackson State because that's disrespectful. Even if I went, it is disrespectful from somebody from another school to come to a Jackson State platform and post something about about their school while they're taking advantage of your kindness of being here. If you, like you said, if you want to take part in this other content that's going on, if you want to say, hey, those brothers over there are talking about some expensive stuff, but it's just, I'm trying to understand the logic of it.
Well, also, brother CD, as you know, even though they may be coming over here, like our boy Lee Corsi always say, it's all for the cause. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, they getting long they hitting that like button. I mean, it's coming up. So at the same time, it's kind of hip in the process. And then you take a situation. I mean, you go spend your money. I'm generally speaking, I'm not just talking about you. Sometimes you may go spend your money somewhere where they don't want you, but they still want your money. So sometimes, you know, it just helped the cause.
And my question would be, how many of them actually hitting the like button, and how many of them actually spending the money? And I'm not saying they not. I'm just saying because look, we do know that if we have 400 people in here, maybe 250, 300 hitting the like button. Yep. So it's 100 of them not hitting the like button. So what they doing is they taking advantage of the content and not reinvesting. What they really doing is they bootlegging y'all kindness. They taking advantage of y'all's hard work. And the thing about it is, if it was just me, my mom would always tell me, build your house up before you go hang in somebody else's house. And the question is, they come in here, they want to rep their school in our chat, they want to get on our screen, and rep their school. Yeah, but go build up your own. Go. And I'm not speaking out of malice. I'm not speaking. I'm really truly confused how every Monday, Wednesday, let me tell you something. If something was beneath me, I wouldn't come. If someone at the level that they claim is not, I wouldn't come.
Well, that's why I say the presence speaks to the work that we do. And I have to be real with you, like, Jackson State is interesting. It is. I'm not even being funny when I say this. Like, I'm just not interested in the other stuff, and I don't think they are either.
Right.
I mean, and I think some of the folks that have come up and from other schools have just stated that, like, for example, I mentioned FAMU. We partner from a merch standpoint with a FAMU alum, Merch Pack. He be in the chat. Shout out to brother Merch Pack, helping us with some stuff. So that's business. I mean, we've had some to donate. I mean, and you know, I don't really mind who do what. You know what I'm saying? I've already kind of, over the last year or so, we've kind of weed out the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? The rest of it is just kind of chatter. You know, we a little fun banter, make it interesting every now and again. I welcome anybody though, brother C. Lee. You know that. You know how.
And like I said, and the only reason I really came up because I was like, I don't know that he because like I said, you can block in the chat. Yep. So once I figure out they're from another school, I just quickly block them. Like, you fair? Oh, you Southern? Oh, you Alcorn? Oh, okay, I'm good. You what?
He hardcore with it. Hey, listen, I respect it, but you know where I do that at? I do that on Twitter.
See,
I do that on Twitter, like on YouTube. I want everybody to watch because we got a lot to talk about. Because the reality of it is that, but again, there are relationships that are established from other schools and stuff, and then too, this isn't an HBCU. It's an HBCU platform, but we don't cover all HBCUs. That's why I say in the title, we cover all things Jack State in any relative HBCU topics. That's in relation to what we're discussing about us. It's hard to talk about Jack State only when you're in a conference like the SWAC, you're gonna have to mention some of the other schools. You have to mention what's happening, and it's stuff that's interesting to me, stuff I pay attention to, intrigued by, and we go from there. So they, you know, they
and I'll say to Justin. Let me say to Justin Kelly. I guess he ain't somebody out of the block yet. Justin Kelly, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not actually talking about people who talk sports, as long as you're talking Jackson State sports.
Well, that's why, you know, this is the thing.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between
this is how we bargain it. And this is me, since I know how you are, I don't even worry about when I'm talking about that other stuff. You ain't listening. You tuned out. I know that already, but that's what I'm saying. So if we talking about, let's say we got a small segment where we're highlighting FAMU and we're talking about something they did, or it's during the season and they come over and they talking and whatever, we can use Prairie View for an example. You know, we're talking Prairie View stuff. You're not interested in Prairie View, your ear is gonna go phew. But then when they come back to Jack State, then you, all right, cool, we back. So that's kind of how that goes. I mean, for us, we sit in a different vantage point. I'm not gonna block anybody unless they be disruptive, disrespectful, or they take away from what they do. When I see certain things, I go at them because just from fun standpoint. Just, you know, I didn't get a chance to meet Shaka, but Shaka, I'm using FAMU as an example. You know, Brother Campbell from Jackson, we talked, done some things on his platform. EA and I, we met him in Miami. Good brother, you know what I'm saying? And we just banter. It's fun. It's all good stuff. When it comes to that, though, I know I know where you are. My thing is just don't disrespect the platform. Don't be disruptive. And then as long as that ain't the case, I don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come in and every now and again, I'll be like, all right, come on in, be quiet, shut up. You know, we just have fun with it. But at the same time, it's a respectful banter. Nobody is cussing us out or saying anything nasty or disrespectful. And then two, I don't think any of these guys are in other places disrespecting us in other spaces too, because that's the other thing. Don't go over there and be talking shit about us and then come over here and act like we cool.
But you know what, Ken, see, that's the difference between is that they are. I think they are because I've seen that they are. Now,
I haven't seen anything or heard anything. No. You know, for me, it's I live within my own reality.
Look at this in the chat. You sure you want to play? You sure you want to show up in the plat? I mean, I'm just saying like this, Jeremiah Clark. You know I keep poems locked and loaded. That's all I'm gonna say to you, Jeremiah Clark. You know I keep poems locked and loaded. Now I tried to come on and do that.
What school Jeremiah represent? What Jeremiah go to? I thought Jeremiah he from Jackson.
But you know, he got mad. He got linked in with them rattlers, and he's still a little salty about that little poem I wrote. But you know, Jeremiah, don't joke if you can't take a joke. Oh, and by the way, if anybody like to read a poem about Jeremiah and his friends, just contact me.
Y'all hardcore, boy.
You know,
so, I just we good, man. My thing is this. I'm gonna always protect my peace and my space and all that good stuff. I don't get pulled into nothing. I mean, everybody fight their own battle. They do what they do, but I stay out of it. As long as I know when to nip it. But I hold the ultimate block button, and I ain't gonna block. If they not blocked, then they obviously ain't crossed that threshold of gone too far. When folks go too far in the chat, then I got to shut you up now. I ain't gonna let you talk no more. But if you ain't blocked and you talking, that mean I ain't got no issue with the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You know what's cool though? Let me say this and I'll be done with it. If one of them do get to talking in the chat, everybody get to talking back to them. Oh, I wish you would shut up. Oh, here we go. I be watching. It be like, it be going. They be going at it. I just stay out of it. I just pay attention to the disrespect. As long as there's no disrespect, as long as it's respectful. And again, I'm not gonna tell no grown man how to feel or not feel. I mean, it is what it is. You feel how you feel, and it is what it is. But I'm gonna always stay top line with it, you know, because, like I said, I could say something that I could get in trouble for if you don't mind me saying it. I've gone there was a point in time where we was in need for something, and I went to folks from Jackson State to help me with it, and I ain't get no help.
Right.
And a brother from another university actually stepped up and helped us get what we need. So I ain't turn my back on nobody like that. The hell with that.
Right.
I wanted to keep it in the house. I wanted to keep it in the family. What, y'all remember Soul Food? The family. Fuck the family. The family. Fuck my husband.
Yeah. Look at that. Was the pop last year.
About the family. I'm just saying. So you know, that's my perspective on that. As long as they ain't disrespectful, we cool.
That was it. But like I said, it wasn't rhetorical.
Not yet, Rod. Not yet, Rod. We'll get them.
Yeah, but that was that. Now, like I said, the good thing about it is I got them all blocked, and so the only time I see them, or the only time I know they're here, is if you respond to them or you highlight them. And it's been a good night not seeing them. In fact, I wasn't itching or nothing from them. Please, I wasn't, because I ain't seen them, so I wasn't itching. So it's some good.
Hardcore, man.
That blocking is some good flea and tick powder. So I'm gonna go on back to the chat. And
hey, bro, see before you go, cause I gotta get ready to drop 2 man, getting close to my bit time.
We're gonna roll in about 8 more minutes, 7 minutes. We 7 minutes before we go.
See, give me your quick thoughts on the recruit real quick before you drop. What you think?
I'm along the lines of y'all. I was like y'all. I was disappointed we didn't get a couple of linebackers. Other than that,
it ain't over now, brother.
No, I'm just saying that I'm just saying that right now I'm happy with what we're doing. I'm pleased with what we're doing, and so I think again, I think that TC is building on what I think everything you said is right. Last year to get bodies in the room. Now that you got bodies in the room, it's now you flattening that foundation and you building up on that foundation. I think I like the way we're going, and I'm gonna say what I keep saying, and I think everybody said this. We got the talent. We got more talent. Mm-hmm. I think everything for us is gonna come down to offensive play calling next year. Sure. I mean, if you look around, everything we got everything we need. The real question is, and what did Coach Taylor do? He's made a hire, as y'all said, that's specifically addressing play call.
Yeah.
And when someone does that, it's like if someone shows me that they're addressing something,
there you go.
You can't do nothing but be thankful and rock with them.
And you got
and I hate to use this example, but I think what really got Dooley fired was that he wouldn't even address the complaints and issues that folks had.
That's true. I've heard that. Yep.
At least address the complaints that folks have. Where TC was like, y'all don't think I want to improve the play calling? Y'all don't think I know we got playmakers in the room? And so, again, it's just going to come down to that. I think that we got the bodies, we got the athletes, and it's going to be, I think the biggest thing is going to be what the play calling looks like. Because I won't take any quarterback for hours. I wouldn't take anybody else's running back room. I wouldn't take anybody else's offensive line. Mm-hmm. Although the Evan Henry hurt, but I wouldn't take anybody else's offensive line. I feel bad for Big Jules who had to retire. I feel bad for him. And you're gonna look at that again. We straighten up DBs. I think the linebacker and offensive calling. That's it. And if we get linebacker play and offensive calling correct, if we get that correct, I like our chances.
Yep.
On, like you said, not only winning the SWAC, I like our chances against ULM. I like our chances against anybody else. And so I'm like they say, cautiously optimistic.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
And I haven't seen anything in the recruiting. I haven't seen anything in the recruiting that makes me think we're going in the wrong direction. Think about it. Not one recruit, not one anything.
Hey, Kim, a lot of time the players that you recruit, although they recruiting for a certain position, they also play special teams. So
Yeah, a lot of the kids. That's how a lot of freshmen get on the field. Honestly,
Right.
a lot of freshmen, a lot of your depth players, they do that. But you look at the kicking game. Jeremiah. You mentioned Jeremiah. Gerardo Beza will be back next year. Our kicker. With Dylan Watson, staying with Leilani, our mentor. So we got 3 kickers, 2 long snappers, 2 punters. We're good in the special teams. Now, the biggest thing is when you have a special teams unit that can you want to control the field position. And I think we got that. I think we can get the ball. I mean, what Dylan did pretty well getting the ball to the except for the windy games, he was kicking it to the end zone a lot of times. You eliminate that kick return, you flip the field with your punter, and you just allow your defense to go play smash mouth football. I mean, we get tougher, stronger, a little quicker up front. We're going to be all right, man. I mean, you got DBs that can cover. Now you can run a little bit more press man because you got more speed out on the perimeter. So you're good with that. So I like it, man. We're gonna have our opportunities. But the game, I can tell you right now, we're gonna have to overcome the way we finish. We're 3rd in the East.
Right.
We have to beat Alabama State. We're gonna have to beat FAMU. It ain't no getting around. And I'm not saying Alabama A&M, they're gonna be what they're gonna be. But I think from the Alabama schools, State is the team that we got to beat. And then you got to beat FAMU. Bethune gonna come, Mississippi Valley gonna come. But everything that we've done, I think Justin asked the question, what did coach do? He didn't really like what he was getting from the wide receiver room, so he made a change there. So you can expect to see some improvement in that area. You also look at the him having a more active hand in play calling as well, along with the wide receiver coach that's coming in being a passing game coordinator as well. So you can look at a little bit more intentional play calling. A little bit more of a he knows that. If you talk to him, anytime you talk to him, he'll be the first one to tell you we got to get better in that area. So I love it.
Yeah. So I'm encouraged by everything. I'm gonna leave on this. I wasn't gonna call no name, but since somebody popped up in the chat and wanted to make a direct response, Mr. EA, here's the problem when you say you don't disrespect. You said nothing but former athletes talking up their schools. Here's the problem, brother. Why are you talking up your school on the Jackson State platform?
Hey,
you see what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't gonna never see eye to eye on that one.
That's the problem, EA. See, you talking up your school, but you talking up your school in the wrong platform. It's okay if you talking up your school in ONG Strike Zone. That's what ONG Strike Zone built to do. KC-1400 is not built for FAMU to be talked up here. We not a FAMU school. That's disrespectful. Period. Nobody comes here to talk about FAMU. I don't wake up. Ken and TD just told they don't wake up and say, "Oh, let me go to ONG Strike Zone this morning." So why do you wake up every morning, EA, and come and talk to KC-1400? Why do you wake up every morning and come here?
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's a
right?
good. Yeah, we keep it. Are you not entertained?
Right. Hey, brother Seeley, he found us. He was in the stands, man. You know what I'm saying? He came down and yelled at us.
We're good people, man.
But here's the problem. That's y'all opinion of it.
Okay.
That's why I said I don't get into.
Right. You both read my poem. You both read my essay. So unless Jeremiah didn't share that poem with his number one, his ace bone cone, he should know exactly how I feel about it.
Hey, let me. He said, OG. Listen, man, I
Dude.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey, man, Jeremiah said he had a poem.
What's happening right now, man? Come on, y'all. He say he going to bed. It's all good, man. Nah, we good, man.
Man, I got a poem I want to read. What?
I say this, man. Y'all give me energy. Y'all definitely give me energy, man. Because I wasn't sure we was gonna be on this thing very long tonight, and here we are 3 hours later. Man, I love it. Man, listen, let me say this, though. We will not be on Monday for Christmas. Or should we? Should we cancel? Or should we come on Christmas night? What y'all think? Tell me in the chat, man. Should we do a show Monday? What y'all think?
Man, I'll tell you what the heck I won't be, man. I be
I don't know, man. What you think, Nick? What you think? We should do something Monday night, man. It's Christmas, man. I know I ain't gonna be a New Year, man. I say, yeah, we do some Christmas Day.
To me, I know that's a time, for like people.
I don't give a damn. It is what it is for me. I can come on.
I would say, it'd be, a little bit earlier and stuff.
Special show, yeah. Let me tell you, I got it. I got it. No, for real.
Right.
We'll have a show too on Monday. Yes, we'll have a show, Miss Bonnie. It's okay. We'll have a show. But I want y'all to come up and talk. I want more people from the chat to come up and talk to us. I see a lot of no's, some yeses. And it can we be brief. We can be 30 minutes, hour. We have an hour show, quick one. We ain't going past that. But I'll say this right here.
I mean, it can be a show about, what are you thankful for this year?
How'd your Christmas go? I mean, anything,
How did everything, this year go for you?
Ronaldo said he coming up. I need y'all to come up, man. I need some and then too, the Cash App will be open for Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Bless the chat. We don't give no more, man. We did that big old initiative. Everybody was like, all right, bro, that's it for me for the year, dog. And but no, I'm just teasing. But no, seriously, come up, man. Come on up and let's talk. Listen, we can talk. Say New Year's resolution. I like that. I do plan on working out, TD. I'm gonna do a New Year's resolution this year, man. I'm gonna do you. Hey, you know what, man? They said, "Oh, fam, you folk, come on, tell me
what day that show gonna be, so I won't be here. Let me know.
Christmas
Let
Day.
me know when that's gonna happen, so I won't be here.
Wait, hold on, time out. Just so y'all know, listen, y'all. I'm gonna enjoy my Christmas regardless. That ain't changing nothing. Like that. Come on, y'all. We talking about nighttime, like end of the day. Yeah, we gotta worry about it. Now. Maybe if something comes up, I'll put it out there. If you see the post, then we're having a show. I ain't gonna guarantee it, but if we do, I'll drop something to let y'all know. I'll put something out on Twitter. I'll put something out in the community. I don't know yet. It's undecided, but I may do it. But we'll see. Now it also depends on what happens with Jackson State. If nothing's going on, there's no news, because you got to keep in mind there are no sports being played right now. So chances are we probably won't. But if we do, it'll be for a reason. So we'll see.
I'm gonna get off so we don't get too serious. But Jeremiah, don't be lying in the chat. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what time it is, brother. Jeremiah know what time it is, so don't be lying in the chat, Jeremiah. Jeremiah salted because he and EA was running around from platform to platform. They look inside joke talking about me, and they did it for 2 months. And then when I bust their head with that poem, Jeremiah got salted. And Jeremiah, don't trip, because I got 12 emails that Jeremiah sent me after I dropped that poem on his head.
You got receipts?
Yes, I got receipts. See, I ain't see. So Jeremiah need to chill out before I drop those 12. Email me 12 times begging me, take my name out that poem. Take my name out that poem.
Hey, brother Steve, hey, I need you to have a little bit more of a holiday festive spirit. He going to the juggler. It's all right.
Hey, but brother C. Lee, what brother Steve said, now you cannot come up because you asked a question. And he just said, everybody come up and tell CD why they come over here. So you got to be you ask the question, you got to get the answer, professor.
Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, listen, man. I enjoyed this one. It's a good show, man. Appreciate y'all. We'll see, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do know this. This is why I'm asking that. Next Wednesday, the ladies are going to be playing against UT. And that game, I'm more than likely probably gonna make that game. So that Wednesday show gonna probably be a lot later, probably about 9:30ish. So may come on Monday just for a hot little second. We'll see though. But y'all stay tuned for the post. I'll announce the show on Monday, and if we do, I want y'all to come up, man. Tell us how your Christmas went. Come on, something, man. We gonna make it about y'all, man. It's almost, we're going into the end of the year. We had a great year for the platform. We did some big time things. I want to reiterate to you guys, man, before we get out of here, man, that this platform generated over $100,000 in support for the JSU athletics, man. I don't think people understand. I think we kind of get numb to it pretty quickly because you ain't seeing us doing all these initiatives anymore. But TD, do you know that we got that O-line shoot in January of 2023, brother?
Yeah, I'm aware.
A lot of people may think that it was 2022, but it was actually, I think that was the first initiative of the year.
I can tell you every initiative.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. But my point is this: we've done a lot, man. You know, made a major impact on our JSU athletics, and again, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, and hit that. I'll say it like this, man. Any of y'all from these other schools, become a channel member. We'd love for you to become a channel member. Join the family. Become a channel member. But if not, you know, come on in, man.
I mean, because I think at the same time, it was three things done at the same time. It was the shoot, it was the cleaning of the apartments, and it was something else. Or it was something, you know, because I remember it was $3K for the apartments and the shoot.
No, that was 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. Yeah. Right.
Well, we did not of that was also NFLPA Collegiate Bowl travel, and we did a Legacy Bowl and all that type of stuff. They were helping with a lot of stuff.
All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to head out.
Yeah, we all head out, brother. We done.
Nick, next time you come up, give me your comp on this Achilles.
Oh well, I'll give it to you right now before I get off and stuff. Seemed like a pocket passer. He just, the only thing I've seen is him throw deep balls and stuff. I still think Ethan Terrell is better because Ethan Terrell film showed more. If I was gonna have a backup quarterback or somebody to come in and push Ethan Terrell, it would actually be Jalen Woods that's at Southern right now, sitting on the bench. He's actually way better. You can go look at Jalen Woods.
Are we sure that he's not gonna play for Southern this year?
Oh well, you know what? That is true because Harold Blood is gone and stuff. But you know, is Noah Bolden still there? I think that's his name.
Bolden's still there. Yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes coaching don't. I'm not saying Noah Bolden ain't.
I do know this about Southern though. Southern had one of the top quarterbacks out of the state actually sitting on their bench. Just FYI. Oh, yeah. Out of that area, I forgot his name, but he was. I want to say a 3-star kid. They didn't.
I remember him. Yeah, he from Louisiana, and then you also got Noah Bolden that's from Georgia. That actually, like, if you're gonna look at how Noah Bolden throws the ball, how he put touch on the ball, he looks like Dwayne Haskins.
Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. I was thinking about him.
Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins.
Matter of fact, I him this week, man. That's strange. You mentioned him. Wow.
Yeah, if it wasn't for what happened to him, stuff, Kenny Pickett wouldn't be in Pittsburgh because Dwayne Haskins was tearing it up in the preseason.
I randomly thought about him earlier this week, bro. I was just like, damn, that's messed up. I thought about the fact that he, he ran out of gas, man, and he was walking down the highway, man, and got hit, bro. Damn.
Yeah, got hit by a truck.
Early in the morning, bro. That's heartbreaking. I thought about that this week, just randomly. I don't know what made me think about him, but yeah.
All right. Well, brother, hey man, what I do?
They said TD's in the pot.
Who said that?
No, they just joke.
TJ Mellon, man, he's good. All right.
No, but on the for real, I appreciate everything KC-1400 Media done. You know, y'all know I'm even when I'm not looking at the live streams, when y'all post, I'm like everybody else, man. You know, when the world tried to kick Jackson State in our teeth, y'all came and stood front and center and said we was gonna fight back. And I appreciate that. I mean, and there's a lot of us appreciate that. And that when you hear me, that's where it come from.
Yep.
It comes from the fact that this platform exists because Ken, TD, Marcus, Zoe, and Miss Rochelle said we are not gonna let you kick our university in the teeth.
Still ain't.
And so that's why people like me have passion for this platform, because that's the genesis of it. It's like I tell people, you can't really understand Kwanzaa if you don't understand that Kwanzaa was birthed in 1966 from the Black Power movement. Kwanzaa was not a civil rights birth, it was a Black Power birth. And when you are talking about Kwanzaa, you are talking about a Black Power movement, not a civil rights movement. And there's a distinction. And so KC-1400 Media was birthed out of the love and the passion for this institution. And as we go into the next year, I want to thank you guys for what you have done.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And now my wife is awake and I'm scared of my wife. So I'm going to get off right now. I ain't even front like I ain't scared of my wife. Thank y'all for what y'all do, man. I'm out.
All right,
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate
Good
you.
night. Tiger Nation.
Appreciate you, brother.
Good night, y'all.
All right, brother Nate. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, brother. Yeah. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to y'all too. Enjoy y'all families and stuff, cause I really wish I could enjoy mine, but I'm gone right now.
Family first, baby.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, brother.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right. Have a good night. Ken went way longer than I thought.
Way longer, boy. Hey,
man, what's all your folk with the wrenches? I mean, you need police out here. Ain't no folk doing drive-bys and everything, man.
It'll be all right, man. I ain't seen none of this. Nah,
it wasn't. It's all fun. It's all fun.
Nah, we good, man. We gonna be back, man. We'll see y'all on if Monday, we'll see you Monday. If not, it'll be Wednesday after the women's basketball game, man. Ken, next time you in Jackson, you have to come watch Mo's son play. That's true. That's true. Jackson Academy, man. He's a baller. Mm-hmm. Appreciate your brother Steve. Merry Christmas.
I think Andre Stringer over there coaching too.
Yeah, man. Listen, everybody, man. Enjoy your happy holidays to you guys, man. Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you get everything that you desire, and I hope you have a great weekend and eat good. Enjoy your family if you can. If you not far away, you know what I'm saying. Just enjoy yourself, man. Try to enjoy this one. Make it a special occasion.
Yes, sir. Brother Campbell, man, appreciate you, man. Jacktown for life, huh? Hey, y'all have a Merry Christmas, bro. Ken, talk to you later, man.
All right, brother. I'll get with y'all, man.
Nation,
everybody.